What's going on, y'all? We'll wait for some people to come in real quick. So, good morning. Speak the truth. What's going on? Hopefully, y'all having a awesome morning. About to go into the afternoon. So, in a little bit, we're gonna talk some wrestling in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You understand me? I got some topics that you guys are going to love. So please share the podcast, share it around. Please do that for me. Thank you. Appreciate it. So we're gonna talk a little bit about what is going on around the country. Also, I'm going to put out some history for you guys. Something that happened about 20 years ago, and I want your opinion about that. Also, I'm probably not gonna touch up on Raw, SmackDown, AEW topics. I'm gonna wait for that later on today. So when we do our show on YouTube, we're going to do that. We'll talk about that on here, but right now, I just really want to get into some topics that I've seen and I want to share with you guys. So we're gonna wait for some more people to come in. Please like the podcast, like it, share it, comment. Please do that. What's going on, Joshua? What's going on, Damn? How you doing? And everybody that's coming in here. So I'm gonna give you guys a few more minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start. Kenta, what's going on? Damn, I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. Just waiting for you guys to come up on here so we can talk some wrestling. I know my boy Willie is streaming right now. I wanted to stream before him, but he beat me to the punch, and I really wanted to just get my podcast out the way so I can cover some topics before we do our show later on this evening about 8 o'clock, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, and that is episode 219, which we're going to be talking about Jey Uso becoming possibly the next WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. That is too many fucking words even for me. But yeah. Other than that, let's kind of talk. Let's kind of do some before we get into the show. What are you guys doing? How was your weekend? What's going on? What's a good word? Tell me what's going on with y'all weekend. Are y'all doing anything fun? Anything entertaining? Anything that I need to know about? Anything that you want to get off your chest? You can do that right now. I don't care. But I'm definitely going to get into this topic in a little bit. But first of all, this is about you fans. You know what I'm saying? You fans that's out there coming into the room. What's going on with you? For me, I didn't really do anything special really per se. I just prepped for tonight's show, prepping right now for my TikTok show. I didn't do anything in particular. My best friend actually called me last night and he wanted me to go out with him, and I said, listen, I know how my best friend is. My best friend wanted to keep me all hours of the night, and I was not about that life last night. So I stayed my black ass at home because I wasn't going to go anywhere. I said, no, fuck that shit. I'm staying my ass here. You understand me? So I can do this show with you guys, all the good shit. So now I think we got about 4 viewers or whatever, Anybody that comes in, they can just catch up or whatever. So the first topic on the docket, Dave Meltzer claims that AEW is not nearly as hot as the WWE right now. So, let's talk about this real quick. In certain ways, I kind of agree with Meltzer on that. AEW was hot to a certain degree. What's going on, Jimmy? How you doing, bro? If you want to come in the box, if you guys want to come in the box, you are more than welcome to come in the box or whatever. Like I said, this is a round table, so anybody can come on. Just please do not be weird, and please do not be one of the motherfuckers where I have to pack you up. Okay? All right? Cool. So anyway, for the people that's just walking in, the first order or the first topic that we're talking about is Dave Meltzer claimed that AEW is not as nearly as high as the WWE right now. So my thing is, what does he mean by that? Like, what exactly, other than the bloodline, what else is hot in the WWE? That's what I really, really want to know. Because, like, number one, I mean, the only thing that I'm looking forward to on Fridays is really the bloodline. Everything else, I really don't give a shit about. I mean, Natalya is still coming on, crying, begging for title shots or whatever, knowing the bitch is not going to get a fucking title shot. And if she does get a title shot, the bitch is going to get fucking packed up. Like, I mean, like, where is the excitement in that? Then the women's division is fucking out of whack, and we're talking about on both shows. We're talking about both on SmackDown and on Raw. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where is this excitement? The only excitement that I can think of is really on SmackDown. Raw has been picking up in intensity. I would definitely say that for probably the last 2 weeks, Raw has been watchable. But as far as like being on fire, okay, Seth Rollins, versus Finn Balor. That was actually pretty good. The Judgment Day, it's getting high. It's getting there. Let me see what else. I'm trying to think. If you guys can like help me out, it'd be most appreciated, because I'm really trying to figure out like what is actually hot in the WWE other than the bloodline. There's a couple of storylines that are actually pretty good. Yeah, LA Knight, he's cool, but I'm like not there yet, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not like Gunther. Okay, that's a good example. Gunther is cool. Let me see. And then the recent return of Drew McIntyre. I want to see more of that and see, like, you know, where that's going to head. I believe that's going to head to SummerSlam. It's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship or whatever. But, like, for me, I believe Drew McIntyre should be on the upper card in the WWE. And, like, because the main spot has been so... What's that word I'm looking for? Polluted? Not polluted. No, that's the wrong word. It's been so constipated, if you will. Like, there's really no room for Drew McIntyre at all. And then you got Damian Priest that got the briefcase. So it's like, where were you going with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of good storylines that's going on in the WWE. That's one thing I will give the WWE. They have a lot of good storylines that's going on. But as far as saying that it's not as nearly, that it's hotter than AEW, I mean, we have to kind of, we're going to have to kind of dissect that. And I believe someone decided to try to come on. If you guys do want to come on, if you do want to come on the box or whatever, you want to talk to me, you are more than welcome to. So, what's going on, Tyrone? Hey, Dawn. Logan Paul. Matter of fact, Joy Boy. Or is that Joy Boy? Yeah, that is Joy Boy. Logan Paul and Ricochet. I want to talk about that. So, recently, Logan Paul was in an interview. And I even seen the botch for myself. I think all of us did. And when I seen the botch at Money in the Bank or whatever, because Logan Paul simply was not ready for the Spanish Fly move and off the ropes or whatever, because he was trying to he was trying to position Logan Paul for the move and crash into the table, but the problem was the move itself was forced, and they botched the move, and Logan Paul head fell right on the table. So Logan Paul had a problem with that. And like I did too, because like I was like telling my friends, I'm just like, okay, this move is not going to go well. It's not going to go well. And then Logan Paul had some scrapes. I mean, he was he was a little bit bloody, but not too bloody. And then he went on his podcast and said that Ricochet was unprofessional. Now I don't know if this is storyline based or if this is really how he really felt, but I just really feel that yes, the move was rushed and it could have been a lot more worse than what it was. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel that that could be interesting. I think that could be interesting. What's going on, Alex? Alex said that should Randy tie or beat Flair and Cena's record? Well, Alex, here's the thing. So Randy Orton is coming back. It's just a fact of when he's coming back. But he's coming off of injury. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, like literally Randy Orton is really on his last leg. And honestly, the person that is probably going to beat that record is Charlotte Flair. Whether people want to talk about that shit or not, Charlotte Flair is going to break that record. So either she's going to land on 16 or she's going to beat both Cena and Ric Flair's record. So that's how I feel about that. Keyshawn, I believe, they said that that's why they did the attack on Monday because of the bitch. I don't know who you're talking about, but what's going on, Sizzle? What's going on? Man, what's going on? Man said that he does not like Rhea Ripley as champion. Okay, let's talk about that. I actually agree with you because Rhea Ripley have not done absolutely shit with that belt as of late. And I bullshit you not. Like, she literally been the side piece for Dominic Mysterio, which blows my fucking mind. Like, how does that work? I'm like, listen, Dominic Mysterio may be like one of the hottest go away heels in the WWE right now. Like, yes, as a matter. We're going to see what he got to see, whatever. Hey, what's going on?
What's going on this morning?
Nothing much. I'm just sitting here, just talking with with the viewers or whatever about. Dave Meltzer recently said that the WWE, or what AEW is not and it's not as nearly hot as WWE, and I'm trying to get everybody's opinion about this. So I want to hear what you got to say. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
So I want to make a comment to the person who said stuff about Rhea Ripley first.
Okay.
The reason why it's looking like it's not working is because there's no women on Raw for her to feud with. They were all tied up in storylines. Trish and Becky. Then they brought in Zoe Starks into that. The tag division is a mess. They don't know what they're going to do with Shotzi. One minute she's on SmackDown, next minute she's on Raw. They wanted
Mm-hmm.
her to feud with Bianca, but remember Rhea had got hurt. It
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to be Rhea and Bianca. Remember Ripley had got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Then then they did the draft, and who's left? Oh shoot. Reliable old Natty. Hey, let's bring that back. Now they're trying to bring Becky Lynch into it once she get done with the Trish Stratus thing, but there's nobody there for her to feud with. It's like our issue on SmackDown. There's nobody
There you
for
go.
Roman to feud with but Jay and Jimmy. And so
So, and you bring up a very good point because I'm trying to figure out where Meltzer get off by saying that that AEW is not as nearly as hot as WWE, and both of them are having their struggles right now. I mean, the thing that's hot in the WWE right now is the Bloodline, and that is undisputed. And I'm not talking about the belt either. I just feel that both companies are lacking in a lot of areas, but I'm just really trying to figure out. I'm trying to see his point. I don't know if he's actually.
here
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
here's what Dave was just talking about. As far as marketability wise and selling, WWE is hotter than AEW. Like The ESPYs are coming up, ESPN. Who they sending? Seth and Becky, Bianca and Montez. When you turn on football games, who do you see? Bianca Belair. NBA, Bianca or Seth. Like they're at all the games and stuff. AEW is not at that level yet. They've had
Mm,
a few players come through and watch the shows, but when teams win, like now, when teams win a championship, what's the first thing they hold up? A WWE belt.
mm.
That's what he mean. It can't because, like you said, there's only one storyline in
I mean,
WWE right
that's
now, and that's
okay.
the
So
bloodline.
you telling me
Jeff
that's the
doesn't have a
reason?
story.
So you're telling me the reason
Mhm.
why he said that the WWE is hot right now because they're holding up fucking straps outside the
Yep. The
company?
reason WWE is hot
That
is
makes no
because
sense, bro.
when something happens, WWE gets the call. That's what's happening. It's not AEW yet. Like until you see like well during the NBA season you hear, oh, following tonight's game, make you stay tuned for AEW. But as far as like on a global scale, WWE is still the big brother. That's what it means. It can't be about match wise and stuff.
Hmm. Now, on Fire, I don't know his name. I don't know him or her name, but they asked what stipulation will would it be for Brock and Cody? What do you think? I think it was going to be a strap on match. I mean, not strap on. I'm sorry. Hoops.
Mhm.
Um,
Lord Jesus.
I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. It's supposed to be like a not dog collar match or whatever. It's supposed to be like some type of rope match or some shit. Like I don't. I mean, I don't know.
You know how they do it. Texas Bull
And
Rope.
it
Probably
could be.
Texas Bull
Texas
Rope.
Bull Rope, but they're not even in Texas. Wait a minute. Are they going to Dallas? No, no, no. They're
No,
not
they're
going.
Detroit. Detroit.
They okay. They in the, okay. Why would it be Texas Bull
Well,
Rope
because that's
match
the
and they're
name.
not in
Well,
Texas?
they'll probably just call it a Bull Rope match.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Remember when
Um.
Batista and JBL did it?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. That. Well, you said JBL and Eddie. You said.
No, JBL and Batista did though. Remember when JBL snuck a touchdown turnbuckle behind Batista back? And at the last second, he got spine busted and Batista won.
Okay. Okay. I have to remember that. Kenta,
Mhm.
you came in the room. Thank you so much for joining us. So what are your thoughts on that? Because you're a big AEW fan, so I wanna hear your why do you
Mhm.
think that AEW is lacking right now?
They are lacking in certain aspects, specifically diversity. That's the main thing that I think they're lacking. I get they bring like Asian wrestlers, but where are like the Indian wrestlers? Where are the Native American wrestlers? Where are the specifically darker skinned African wrestlers?
Mm,
Big Swole talked Big Swole
interesting.
talked about it. Big Swole talked about it, and you know how Tony
Right.
Khan was. He like had a bitch fit.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about it once, and those stamboys came from my throat.
No, no, no. I think you're right on that aspect because like we're still looking at that shit, and I don't know if like Tony Khan has a problem with African Americans. I mean, I really I don't know. It's just it's kind of a gray area when you say like darker skin complected, you know, ethnicities or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Native Americans,
I
African
mean,
Americans. It's just yeah,
look at the cover of the AEW Fight Forever. One black woman.
girl. You know what? We ooh. Okay, okay. You
And
talking your
I get
shit.
like Athena. I get there's like this group on ROH. It's with Sean Dean and these two other people I can't remember.
Hmm.
And Athena, she's killing it as ROH champion, but no
Yeah, why
one
she not on the
knows.
game?
Well, I don't know. Me personally, I think it's because the game was supposed to be finished sooner, and they decided they wanted to add more people,
Girl,
and
they
then
rust that
they
shit.
just gave up.
They,
It was supposed to be like finished like earlier in the year,
yeah, it
but
was.
it was
Yeah, it
late,
was. Hmm. Yeah,
so they
and
panicked.
yeah, and they panicked hard. Yeah. Jay Cargill lost to Stanley really. Yeah, she
The
lost.
thing is,
I mean, I don't me personally, I don't have a problem with that. Like I don't. Like it's
me
Statlander
neither.
was supposed to win anyway, regardless. But, Jade, she been throwing out like subliminal like messages stating that there's a possibility that she's not going to come back to professional wrestling. She said that she prefers to be outside the wrestling
Oh
bubble.
no. Oh my god.
I mean, but
What?
can you really
Jade
blame
is
her?
like my
Can you
favorite. Oh
blame
my
her?
god.
She
I'm
is. She is that
Can
panicking.
you
big.
blame her though? Think about it. Every
No, I
single
don't blame
match,
her. No, I don't.
all people did was, oh, she's nothing but a Goldberg. She should have went to NXT. She needs training. If you listen to her, she said when she came to WWE, when she was discovered by Mark Henry, he brought her to the NXT training center. She did her thing, and they said, "Oh, bet, cool." She said,
Hmm.
"Hey, I would love to be able to still have time with my daughter and stuff." And
Hmm.
they said, "Oh, no, no, no. You either us full time or you're gonna be a mom. You can't be both." And she said, "Bye bye." Went to AEW. And this was the first time we saw with our own eyes somebody progression from rookie to what she is now. Like every single match, we saw her get better and better. And people did not give her a chance.
I wouldn't.
They
I
just
wouldn't say better
dragged
and
her.
better. I mean, like
But like improvement. Like we saw her running get better, her promo skills. She added a spear. You can tell she started doing more stuff cleaner.
but
She added
everybody
kip
got a
up.
fucking spear these days, though. Like everybody in the
True.
front of the WWE. For you, did you say who?
Not said true.
Okay, I thought you said. Because I was about to come for your throat. I'm
It's
so
like the super kick. Everybody does a super kick. The Usos now have officially taken the title for super kick
very
king.
much so. Every time I turn around,
Me
they're doing the fucking
personally,
super kick. Go
I don't
ahead.
know.
Go ahead, Kenton.
I'm more of a Young Buck fan, so
No, go ahead.
I think the Young Bucks
They
have the
took
title of
that
the
title
super
from the Young Bucks.
kicks.
They took that title from the Young Bucks with super kick.
I mean, we hardly see the Young
Or like
Bucks on TV
used.
anyway. But I digress. It's just I just I don't see the Young Bucks like like we did like a couple years ago, whatever. But um, I was going to say something, and okay, yeah, going back to the ethnicities or whatever, or diversity or whatever in AEW, I think Tony Khan he wants everybody to be pushed, but then at the same time, when I really look at it, like Hobbs is probably the most like stagnant Black African American that is there currently, and then Scorpio Sky
Hmm.
recently came back to Collision last night, and I don't even know where he's going to go. Like, from here. I don't even know if they even have a spot for him. But, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I think what's wrong in AEW is that the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. I think that's what the problem is with that company. The company says that their roster is not split up. But recently, we
It
were just
should
talking.
be.
Well, hold on. Let me
Oh,
get into
sorry, my
that.
bad, my
No, no,
bad.
you good, you good. No, let me just get into that because, like, I'm still trying to figure out why did CM Punk go on Dynamite and say that I'm a Collision guy? What am I doing on here? And then Aleister Black recently said that the the House of Black is going to be on just Collision and not on Dynamite. So I'm trying to figure out like, what the fuck is going on.
To get
Me
views.
too.
Because remember a while ago, Roman came out on Raw. Roman, what you got to say? I'll tell you on SmackDown and walk right out the ring. We had to watch his hour-long intro, and he got in the
Mm-hmm.
ring on Raw and said,
Mm-hmm.
"I will tell y'all my message on SmackDown." Dropped the mic and walked out.
Yeah, Scott, Scotty
And they
Wrestling.
amped
If
up.
you want to,
Roman on Raw. Roman on Raw.
yeah, Scotty Wrestling. If you want to come in the box, you are more than welcome to. I want to. Matter of fact, if you're a wrestler or if you're like a podcaster, if you want to come on here, you are more than welcome to because we really need to discuss some things. Also, I want to bring this to your attention as well. Let me just hold on. I got my Palm Pilot right here. Hang on one second. So, to give you guys some history, I'm not going to really get into it because it is a long ass post. But let me share this with you guys real quick. Hang on a second. Let me see, because I think this was the one I actually. Oh, here you go. So, the fuck? Oh, here you go. Let me just blow this up real quick. Okay. So, 23 years ago was the WCW screw job that took place. It said July 9th, 2020, Ted Turner's World Championship Wrestling aired. WCW Bash at the Beach 2000 live on pay-per-view at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. This was the seventh and final annual of Bash at the Beach pay-per-views. WCW aired from 94 to 2000. The WCW Screwjob took place at this pay-per-view. This was the pay-per-view that turned out to be Hulk Hogan's final WCW appearance. So apparently, Hogan was scheduled to face Jeff Jarrett for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, but it got screwed by Vince Russo. The pay-per-view did about 100K buys, while the 1998 edition of the pay-per-view got 580K buys. And this is also, I believe, Booker T won his first world title at this event. So Vince Russo, on this pay per view, he wanted to push younger talent instead of veterans, and wanted Hulk Hogan to lose to Jeff Jarrett in the main event. And Hulk Hogan knew that this wasn't a wise decision to lose to Jeff Jarrett and use his creative control, rightfully, so that make him go over Jeff Jarrett. And then Eric Bischoff revealed that this was the only time that Hulk Hogan used his creative control in WCW. But Vince Russo went ahead, because remind you, I think Vince Russo was the president at the time, and he screwed Hulk Hogan as Jeff Jarrett went to the ring and laid down so the Hulkster can pin him. But then Hogan grabbed the microphone and said that that's why this company is in this damn shape, because of bullshit like this. So what do you guys think about that?
That's the only time Hogan uses creative control. I think that's false.
I think,
What they
yeah,
saying in that company?
I think that's bullshit as well.
Because I
I think
remember a
that's bullshit
certain
as well.
WrestleMania where he came out for no reason and won the world title.
Right, right, that part.
So, because I'm like, we all know who Hogan was. He was, no matter what we think about him outside of the ring, we know what he meant to the wrestling business in the 80s and early 90s
You
before our
talk,
era took over.
okay.
Yeah,
You talk about Hulk
before
Hogan,
Attitude
right?
Era.
You
Yeah,
talk about, okay,
at his peak.
at his peak.
Yeah, Hogan.
Hmm.
He could walk into a room. I'm not gonna do that. Nah, 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 nah. Nah. Cause remember
Hmm.
we saw it. Remember when Shawn Michaels? Remember that
Yeah,
what he did when he
yeah.
uh,
And he was trash for that.
he
I ain't gonna even lie to you. I ain't gonna even hold you.
he
Like he,
said he told them there is no way I should be losing to Hulk Hogan with the way I'm at, where I'm at right now, and where he is. Well, we just figured, okay, y'all want me to lose? Watch. And he went out there and was a complete asshole that entire. I loved it, but now looking back, it's like, oh, come on, Sean, you should have been more professional than that. But
but I mean, Shawn Michaels always been,
but it's pretty
I
messed
mean,
up
I would
that
do the same thing.
yeah, especially when it come to Hulk Hogan. I mean, fuck Hulk Hogan. I
I mean,
mean, everything I believe in. Like, man, fuck
right.
him.
But
Oh,
it's like
you
at the
can't go
time
live?
we didn't
Okay.
like imagine if social media is what it was now compared to what back. If this was back then, a lot of our favorites would have got canceled.
Hmm. Right.
Hogan number one.
Yeah. That's very very true. He can just ask for an invite, and then I can just let him come on. But yeah, yeah. That's it's just. I think the problem is in today's professional wrestling. I no, not just today. I think in just overall in professional wrestling, like since the very founding, I think politics have literally been the toxicity in some of these companies, like dead ass. Like it's just makes no sense to me. I'm just like I think I believe wholeheartedly that everybody should eat. I believe that. Like I get the whole part that you want to push this person over here, But at the end of the day, it's just like you missed a grand opportunity to push this person right here. But you know what I'm saying, you had a hard on for this person. Vince McMahon is notorious for that. But you know, once again, I digress. What's going on, Scott? How you doing?
But remember the last time. I'm sorry. Before Scott go, the last time we saw this happen, Randy Orton stopped Kofi's push, 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Kofi Kingston was supposed to win the title, and Randy went straight to Vince. Oh, he ain't ready yet. Because
Hey,
of one
Chevy.
missed spot, you stopped. Like he halted this man's career.
He did, but then at the same time, you know, it was Kofi Kingston run was a little bit sketchy. Maybe I'm glad that it didn't happen right there and there. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, when he won the belt, that was like the greatest thing that ever happened to like African Americans because like we were happy, we were what I'm saying, we were ecstatic, whatever that happened. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, like he lost the belt and then didn't do shit about it going around flipping pancakes, whatever, talk about I'm a company man. I'm just like you ain't no better than Booker T. But I digress. Whatever. Scott, you there? Scott? I think something wrong with his microphone.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. What's going on, Scott?
That's buddy.
You kind of fade in and out a little bit.
I had a shit.
Yeah, you kind of like you fade in and out. I barely can hear you. You might want to come. You might have to come back and probably reset your phone. Probably. Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now. What's going on with you?
Right, yeah. I had to put my Bluetooth on. Nah, man, just got out of church, but I seen someone send me the live invite, so
yeah. So we were talking a little bit about. Well, let me kind of catch up on some of the topics. So Dave Meltzer said that AEW is not as nearly as hot as WWE. Also, we were talking about 23 years ago was the WCW screw job, 2000 at Bash at the Beach, and now I'm about to go into another topic. So if you want to give your opinions about what we have talked about so far, you are more than welcome to.
I'm honestly surprised that Meltzer said the
WWE, considering how biased he is towards AEW.
So he's one of them people that doesn't like AEW?
No, he loves AEW because he's buddy with the Elite.
Oh. No. I knew that. Like, you kind of reminded me about that. Yeah. So, I mean, do you think that he's trying to get some cool points with WWE fans? I mean, like, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, I would say so. For him to
go ahead.
No, yeah, I think so. Like, because like a lot of WWE people like shit on his ratings, like especially, and I guess this was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I just found out this dude really opened his mouth and said someone like Kurt Angle never put on a 5-star match. I'm like, okay, Dave is crazy, but then in the same sentence he's like, he said Angle never operated at an elite level.
Wait. I mean. Stormy, this is where you're going to have to come into play because remember, you was talking about Perk Angle a couple of weeks ago. So, when you done with your babies in the back, you know what I'm saying? Please bring. Okay,
I'm listening.
Okay, all right.
For those of y'all who don't know, if you don't know, at a point in time, it's called Perk Angle. Kurt Angle was addicted to Perk pills, and Vince McMahon was like, look, either you get off the pills and go to rehab, or I release you. He said, go ahead and let me go. And TNA signed him the next week, and then they did a match. It was called For All the Belts. The TNA World title, the television title, the tag titles, and
was
the
that
title.
fast?
Yes!
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yes, I'm telling you. So when we sit here, we talk about AEW. You're gonna have to kind of talk about TNA in that instance too, because like bro, they gave Kurt Angle the world.
They did.
Oh, wait,
They
and
gave a lot of
five belts.
WWEs the world, though.
Yes, some purpose.
remember, he was TNA champ, NWA World champ, television champ, X Division champ, and the tag team champion. And the only reason he lost the tag title belt is because he didn't have a tag team partner. And so he lost that same night. And then after that, he had 5 belts for no reason. Kurt Angle would destroy the Tribal Chief. I don't care what nobody says. That man.
Now, Joy Boy.
Kurt
go
had
ahead.
a 5-star match though was crazy. Because Kurt and Undertaker was 5-star.
And Shawn Michaels.
Shawn and Kurt was a 5-star.
Kurt. That triple threat, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle 5-star.
Yeah, Kurt Angle versus The Rock and Undertaker at Vengeance. And you telling me that wasn't a 5-star? That was like best. That was like that was honestly one of the best triple threats in that era. And you tell me that wasn't a 5-star?
Even what did he give the? I wonder what he gave the ratings for him though.
Say this man never had.
He said that
he said.
Go ahead, Scott.
There's no way he believed it.
I think he was being
said
dramatic.
That Angle's only ever put on like a 4 3/4 star match. I'm like,
yes,
you gotta be kidding me, man.
It was close. It was almost close.
He literally came out his mouth and said that Kurt Angle, he gave Kurt Angle 3.5 stars for his matches.
I think he's just a Kurt Angle hater.
No, I think that he's just I think he's a flower ranger that, you know what I'm saying, like he's not, I'm telling you. He's a flower ranger that be doing that dust. I think that's what he is. You know? Because like number one, I'm not going to take a man's word. The same person that said that Stevie Ray should not be in the Hall of Fame because he's not bigger than Booker T.
Wow.
Even though that statement is true, I don't think that.
I mean, that statement is true, but then at the same time, Stevie Ray was the person that saved his brother's life when he was out there game banking. But you know, I digress. Whatever.
I know the backstory.
You know,
you're not wrong.
But I'm just like saying, like, you gonna tell me that?
Didn't Stevie get into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he got inducted in
got that for the tag team, right?
Yeah, for Hall of Fame.
I mean, that's deservable, especially for if you're going off any WCW tag teams. Then yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like Dave Meltzer have his favorites, and you know I get that, but then at the same time, you can't sit up here and shit on people that have did the work in the business, especially for African Americans. So how the fuck you gonna go on your podcast and then say that one half of the tag team champions, like one of the greatest, you know, Harlem Heat, doesn't deserve to be on there because you don't care for him like that, other than, you know, but you like Booker T, but you don't like Stevie Ray, which that bothers me. But go ahead.
Did he mean solo, or did he mean just at all? He
said general.
I think
he said period.
Dave Meltzer just pisses me off in general. How do we let this man become popular in the wrestling community? It's just not the wrestling team.
He's the only person who really rates matches on a high level. That's why. Right?
When you find out, Kenton,
in a public eye,
Kenton, when you find out, you let me know.
Like, I hate Dave Meltzer.
Like, you know,
because like I think the problem is
he loves Gunther.
He does? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he does.
Every single Gunther title match has been 5-star. Gunther has not, like, every single match.
He do put on bangers.
5-star.
Nah, he does put on bangers. But like,
Gunther. He does.
WWE 5-star match in a while.
Yeah, like Gunther do. And everybody, I appreciate you guys with the 1.3K likes. Please go up on that because we're about to give you guys some education. You know,
at least get the 5K though.
Yeah, at least get to 5K. I'll be most appreciative if we can get to 5K. That would be awesome. But let's go to I want to kind of go back to the WWE Women's Division. Do you think that the women's shut up, Scott? Don't even do that. Okay,
are we going back 10 years? Are we doing
no? Because like, bro, I don't want to talk about this, but unfortunately, I want to talk about it anyway. Okay, do you think that the women's division is messy at best?
Yes.
I'm just being nice. But
Yeah.
okay, because
Not,
It's
not
it's
messy.
confusing.
They have
it is.
stars there.
It's
They have
organized.
some stars there. It's
It's
just
not
not
even their
organized
fault.
and
Exactly.
like put together.
Exactly.
That's what I would
Okay,
say.
It's not
because
like how it
I'm
was
thinking we
back
were
in
okay because we're on the same
2018.
wavelength. Okay, cool.
Jimmy's right.
Um,
Jimmy's right.
so which part is very confusing to you guys?
Tag
Everything.
teams.
Everything.
Tag teams,
Okay,
man.
but I want to
Here's
kind of
so
dissect it. I want to dissect it or whatever. No, we're not talking about AEW right now, so stay on topic,
we
okay?
strictly on WWE.
That could be a
Okay,
whole
yeah,
other
strictly on
conversation.
WWE,
Okay,
and then
class.
we're gonna go to AEW in a minute, okay?
Okay,
But I
class,
want to
that's the
talk.
notebook.
I want to talk about the women's division right now. So so what is confusing to you guys other than everything? Like, what is confusing?
The tag team
Tag
division.
team division. It's a
Oh,
joke.
We need a tag team division.
They-
wait.
Here's
Like,
what happened. So
They
they made
keep
it to shut them up. They made the tag belt to shut them up because all the women kept going, "Oh, we need a tag belt. We need another belt. We should do a tag team. We should do a tag team." They were like, "Oh
It
God,
should have
hurt
been
that."
a mid card one for sure, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree with
That
that.
way they
yeah,
wouldn't get
make
that
it
attention
like
either.
the Intercontinental title.
Yep.
So
I'm
why
like,
did?
they just.
Go ahead, bro.
Nah, my bad.
Go ahead. No,
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
saying like, there's so many mid carders on the freaking women roster that they could just make them to tag teams. Keep them as tag teams for like 3 or 4 years. How you
Mhm.
have tag team belts and there's only like 2 or 3 actual tag teams in all of WWE? It's
Mhm.
stupid. So I'm like, you got Emma, you got Tegan Knox, you got Dana Brooke, all these mid carders who are barely on TV. Just put them in
Right.
tag teams and keep them there.
Emma's back.
Yeah.
I mean, so you like random tag teams, like blind eliminator type of style?
Nah, I'm saying like actually put them in tag teams and keep them there. Like
That's
they've
what
been
I'm.
doing
That's
this
that
whole.
exactly. That's
The
what I was
only
thinking.
real women's tag team that WWE had was the Iconics.
Yes, and then they let him go,
Yeah, I heard about them.
and
Then they let
everyone
him
liked
go.
the Iconics. I
I
like him
can
anyway.
I couldn't stand their voice, their shrill voices. It pissed me off. I'm just like, I'm
Like every
like,
time you see
girl.
them, you saw, oh, they're a tag team. They've been together for a minute.
They've been together since high school.
I know, but their voice is just gone. Listen, I love their theme
I
music.
can understand that. I can understand.
I did love
I
their
get that.
theme music, but other than that, like I'm just like, girl, bye. Like you was not good enough to beat Bailey and Sasha, and them two
I
really
mean, yeah,
have a
we
problem
can't-
with that.
Ride or
Compare
die.
them to
Yeah,
the top,
like
the
for
top
real.
main eventer tag team.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And they got beat at WrestleMania. I think that was the catalyst of why Sasha left in the first place. But whatever. Rhea Ripley, I don't know what the fuck this girl doing. For real.
Hold on. So the tag
You know
team,
what they do, man. They
Rhea-
make you hot, put you on, and then when you get the belt, you chill off for a little bit. You just chill there.
I mean, but bro, like, dude, this was WrestleMania. Like, we're in July.
Yeah, we're almost halfway through.
Okay, right. So, like, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, with Rhea Ripley, because right now they're trying to make her like China, but I'm sorry, but you have the
It doesn't
wrong
work.
Latino heat. I say number one, Dominic Mysterio has a punchable face. Number one, he is
You look
not
like I
as
could beat you up. It's a
he is
problem.
not as sexy as Eddie Guerrero. So I do not know why they're trying to give him that energy.
Roundhouse kick face.
I'll
Kick
take the
face.
Hey, yo, if you squint your eyes,
Whatever.
you can see it.
I'm not squint my eyes.
What number? Anyway,
rocking
But-
that shag. That's
all I'm saying is that just because you got like a little mullet that's going on does not make you the next Latino heat. And I'm sorry, but Rhea Ripley needs to stop acting like China.
No
Like,
one
stop
can
it.
be
She's
China.
not. She's legit being Rhea Ripley.
I don't know.
Everybody else, y'all just getting China from, but she's being Rhea.
But yeah, you're talking about Latino heat. You're taking somebody else's storyline from 20 years ago. I'm like, girl, you are okay. When you take that makeup off, dude, you are sexy. She is. She made me go straight for like 1 second. Anyway, all I'm saying is,
Oh,
all I'm saying is just she just. Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
I think they're having her do that to piss off fans of Eddie
Because people love
it-
Rhea, and she gets cheered.
Yeah, but it also just makes people hate Dom more that she's actually calling him that. So it just turns up the heat on Dom. Like his heel
Okay.
heat just goes high with
Yeah,
that.
when I see Rhea, I
she
see
was.
Rhea. I see her do China things, but I don't think she full on China.
But the thing is, like, it's confusing because you're a world champion, you know, and this is like you playing second fiddle to the punchable face that that turned from a bottom to a top,
That's
in
the problem.
prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's but whatever.
It's like
If you
I
guys
think
got
they're
that,
hoping that some of that heel hate that will rub off on her, but it's not.
it's
It's not gonna
not.
happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. She would have to do something
Yeah.
crazy for that to happen.
She's still
I mean-
pretty damn over. But like,
She is. She's over, but is Dom over to you guys?
Yes or no?
No, Dom gets the heel heat.
He gets heel heat for sure.
hell, he-
No, I think he
Over
gets
as in
What he did
people.
correct.
Do people want to see Dom? Is that like the?
Now, they want to
Shit,
see him just to boo him. That's why we want to see.
Yeah,
Dom.
yeah,
just
yeah.
to boo him. Okay.
Yeah.
So is that like in essence go away heat, or is that just?
Yes. It's
Is it go away?
It's
heat?
teetering.
I don't know. Go
I
away.
mean,
I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
a-
he just gets booed because people just
It's
want to boo him.
teetering.
I think
Like, it
people
ain't-
like booing him. I think it's fun.
Facts. Yeah.
I think it's more fun than
Like when Kurt
like
came
go
out,
away. I don't
he
want to
sucked.
see you.
And he's never going to be one of those heels that you want to see win a match. Like, I never want to see Dom win a single match.
I agree, and I think it will happen though.
You
Yeah,
know
I
what
mean,
think they should do? You know what I think they should do?
mhm.
Have
Hey, Gummy Bear.
the title.
I'm
They should
sorry.
have Dominic be the one to beat Carmelo for the NXT title.
What?
Mm,
Why?
Going
I
to
mean, he
NXT.
barely
I
can
don't-
wrestle.
oh.
Because what did they tell Carmelo?
I'm-
They said stay out of Judgment Day business, and he kept getting involved.
Mm,
Oh, I see where he going with that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. With you, putting it like that. Okay, I can fuck with that. I mean, he needs to go to the. I really believe that he should went to NXT to begin with before
Yeah.
going to the main roster. See
Oh, yeah,
that?
he
That's
did skip NXT.
he sure did, and I'm just like, first of all, what makes you so special?
They put
I'm like-
him on. They put him on Front Street quick though.
He was
Like it wasn't like main eventer Front Street, but like they put him on TV like super quick,
And like, I'm like, for why?
which is
And-
good and bad. It's good.
And then they beat his ass like a Hebrew slave.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
wow.
I mean, bro, like, Sab beat the living shit out of him with them whaps. I'm just like, did we go back to the plantation? Is this the wrong year? Nepotism? Yes, it is. Very much so. But so this is how you earn your stripes. I mean, it would have been, ooh, if that man would have been an African American getting beat like that, I'm trying to
Oh
tell
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh shit,
It's
nigga.
wild.
Shit.
That
Oh,
can't
okay.
happen.
I mean, it's bad enough that we seen a Triple H versus Booker T. I mean,
That was.
Oh yeah.
okay.
So
Interesting.
that all Vince.
Not-
Yeah, that was all Vince. But then at the same time, everybody wants to ride Vince's coattails and shit. Talk about Vince is the only. I mean, you can't talk about Vince like that. But then when it comes to him being a racist, they be like everybody's quiet. But I digress. Whatever.
You know who they gonna bring up to back up? Oh well, no! Look what he did for The Rock. Look what he did with Roman.
I knew it.
Wait. Who we talking about?
How can you say
Dwayne.
Vince is racist? Look what he did with The Rock. Look what he did with Roman. You can't say he's racist.
The Samoan Black Dynasty.
But that thing
Was
called
mostly
smoke
Samoan.
and mirrors, though. Smoke and mirrors does apply to the WWE in various
sure.
ways.
They love those mirrors. They
Oh, yeah, I
love
agree.
those mirrors.
Yeah, well, I bet they do.
Look what he did with Batista.
But I mean, bro, for real. I mean, Vince McMahon
I'm
loves
just
muscles.
saying.
I mean, he gets
Yeah.
moist.
He does.
Yeah.
He gets very
Like-
moist.
At the end of the day, he's a businessman. He can be a racist and still do what's best for business. At the end of the day.
That's very true. But then at the same time, when we go back and we talk about African Americans and how they were treated, then we look at Vince McMahon and talk about, he did what's best for business. So how Kofi losing in 9 seconds is best for
Bro,
business?
that was insane.
How is him saying the N word on live TV in front of Booker T best for business?
Booker T is
Good
a
thing.
Booker T
It
is
didn't
a
Roman
lead
said
to
it too.
nowhere.
Booker T is a field nigga at the end of the day.
Oh,
Feeling is a strong term. That's a
Oh
strong
no, no,
term.
it's a term that is used in the proper context because that's exactly what Booker T is.
He
Because
likes
like Matt,
money.
yes, it's right, you were very much so.
That
wait,
was
isn't he more of a
that
isn't he more of a
caveat,
house
bro.
nigga?
No, no, wait, hold on. Because number one, there is a lot of Booker T's career that a lot of people don't like to talk about. The thing is that Booker T has a school. I get that.
That is true.
Booker T is the one of the most decorated African Americans in professional wrestling history.
For
I
sure.
give him that. However, when you really cut the tape and you really take down that wallpaper and see the real Booker T, then you have to say, okay, this nigga is kind of sketchy. He's kind of a little bit sketchy. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't want to talk about that shit because they don't want to get that bad image of him. But like I said, like motherfuckers ain't ready for that conversation. They not ready for that. So that's why I said if people want to defend Booker T, I said okay, let's have that conversation. I bet you get mad in less than 2 seconds. So that's why I know his brother very, very well. Matter of fact, me and him did a podcast with Ryback a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And he got into it with Vince Russo.
And I got into it with Vince Russo. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I got no. So this is what happened. While me and Stevie was having an interview with Ryback, Stevie decided to surprise us. And the first person that Vince Russo talked about was me.
Oh.
He said, yeah, he first of all, he gave Ryback his flowers, and then he moved on to me. And it was funny as fuck. Like, I appreciate him for even acknowledging me. Like, I appreciate that. He talking about, oh, who the fuck is Dealsworth? Who the fuck is that? Blah, 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 blah. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I know why Stevie Ray did that shit because I can't tell you what's going to happen. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the future, but just know that me and Vince Russo is going to have a nice little conversation. I don't know what show, but me and Vince Russo are going to talk. You know, I did get a little shot in because I'm like, you know, when we're talking about booking, I mean, you know, he did some bad shit in the past. I mean, if we're going to talk about bad booking, let's talk about 1999.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, but once
He
again,
got a couple
digress.
stars too. He got yeah.
You know, but we're not going to talk about that right now because you know we don't give a fuck about Vince. I mean, shit, whatever. But no, that was really one of the highlights of my professional or my podcasting career. That number one, I was able to interview Ryback, and he's a very cool person. I mean, very, very cool. I don't know why I was so nervous for that interview the whole entire day because I didn't know what version of Ryback I was
Yeah,
gonna get.
that's the thing.
You know, type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I literally sitting down and talking to him, he is very, very smart. Like, he's a really cool dude. You know. But to be acknowledged by Ryback and be acknowledged by Vince Russo, I mean, that was the highlight of my career. Cause like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? You know, type of shit. But let's go on to another topic, you guys. Let's see. Hang on one second. Okay, speaking of Vince Russo said that he advised Sheamus to go to AEW because his WWE character has ran its course. Do you guys agree with that?
No,
Come on, Sheamus.
No.
no, not at all.
We're talking about Sheamus.
Yeah, Sheamus. Uh-huh.
No, I don't agree with
Disagree with
that.
that.
I feel like he has done a lot.
1000%.
I agree he has done a lot, and unless they're giving him main event pushes,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, I can understand that. But he's
I
he's
agree
just super
because I
popular
don't think-
again.
Well, Dawn said no. Jonathan said no. McQuan said it's gotten stale. Big Homie said no. And then Derek, the Devastator, said, "Don't get me started
But
on
like
Big
he's
Homie's son."
not going any higher, I would, especially with the way they got the way they got it booked right now.
Mhm.
He's gonna stay where he is for a while because
It's
Mhm.
the reason why is I agree with about I do feel like with Trey, they feel like Sheamus has run its course. Because there's
Mhm.
no reason in hell Sheamus hasn't tangled with the tribal chief yet. When he used to dog walk
yeah.
Roman in the early days, Sheamus used
Mhm.
to beat the dog shit out of Roman Reigns.
Mhm.
And I got my reason. I said before on the show that they keep certain guys away from Roman to keep Roman safe. He don't tangle with
I mean,
Seth
so
because
like,
we all
why
know
is Ramen being treated like a Make a Wish type of child?
because you can't have this guy going around, oh, I'm this, I'm that, when you know for sure there's two people currently on SmackDown who got history of they used to dog walk Roman. Bobby
But you're
Lashley and Sheamus.
but you're protecting Roman. You know what? At this point, I'll take that back. He was being treated like a Make a Wish child. He was, because like this man was protected. He was until he got pinned by Jay.
Yeah.
But I
But
digress.
before that
Whatever.
though, remember he was running from Seth. He never ran it back with Seth. Remember he lost to Seth at the
Yeah,
I
time.
he
know.
cheated.
I
He
know.
cheated and
I
lost.
know. Yeah.
And they said, "Yeah, we're not going nowhere near this."
They should. If there's anybody that should have dethroned Roman for that belt, it should have been Seth. It should
It
have
would
been.
make
For me,
sense.
But they gave him
for
a
me, like
consolation prize, which is the world
They did.
championship.
They did.
He's
because
killing that
it's
belt though.
another story out there
He
too.
is.
It's
He
He's
another
is.
killing it. He is.
and it's another story that they keep avoiding. Lashley never got his rematch and he never lost the WWE title.
You know.
Facts.
Speaking of
Maybe
Lashley,
Somebody
I know
got
we're
to
kind
do
of jumping around or whatever, but did you hear? Because I was going to talk about it on tonight's show, but I want to talk. I want to talk a lot of shit on here, so then I don't have to talk about it tonight or whatever. I'm just going to tell them. I'll say, listen, just refer back to our show that because like we already got a long enough like agenda tonight, so that's why I'm like getting everything out the way tonight or whatever, and then we'll just talk about the main shows. But I want to talk about Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is supposed to get supposedly a new gimmick. Yeah, that's what I said. Mm-hmm.
If he not called the Tribal Chief
Right.
Destroyer, then keep it the same.
That's the thing, because like I'd be hyped for Bobby Lashley's new gimmicks, but then sometimes I see him, I'm like, yo, but we could have just kept the same gimmick.
Yeah, like I mean,
There's
come
no
on,
need
like,
for this.
I mean, bro, you got Mandingo, Bobby Lashley from Madagascar. So like, why are you changing this shit? That's the part I don't understand.
Unless they making him a monster,
They just keep it-
like that he's killing, like he's just like beating everybody up, like or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Then there's
I
no
guess,
point.
I guess they're saying that African Americans are not supposed to be violent.
Bro.
What? And you gonna have a black faction called the Hurt Business? Come on.
I don't
Nigga.
even want, bro.
That was too violent for him.
See that's why I'm just not really understanding why are they so hell bent on changing Bobby Lashley's like his gimmick. Like his gimmick is perfect. It's perfect for him. The
That's
only
what I'm
thing
saying.
is-
Like, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm about to say they saying it like the gimmick messed him up or something. Like,
It didn't. As a matter of fact, this was one of his best gimmicks. I mean, it made him a 2-time WWE champion.
exactly.
So like this is something that was something that I mean, this is unheard of. An African American being a 2-time world champion or a WWE champion at that. I mean, what are we saying here?
Usually it would be like, oh, he'll get it one time, and then he'll go away somewhere.
Yeah,
That's
you
usually
know
what
what I'm saying?
happens.
Yeah. What's going on, broski? Yeah, so like, I mean, they're Dawn, you are absolutely right. They are really trying to make him look like a village idiot.
I told you,
There
like,
it is.
where's my other theory? What I think should happen at SummerSlam? I think Lashley should also be somebody to come out and just spear Roman and let him know I never got my match or something.
I would. Okay, so I had a dream about this, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do Heel Heat wrestling today. So, this is something that we're going to talk about tonight in more detail. But I wanted just to bring this to you guys' attention. there's a possibility that Jimmy is going to come back and cost Jay the Undisputed Championship. I do not know why. I just had a premonition about this, like when I was
For
sleeping.
me, I feel like Roman Reigns should beat Jay Uso clean.
You said
And
what?
I feel like Roman should beat Jay clean. Like, and leave it in no doubt that there is no way you are on my level in this ring. And he just
So
But like,
why?
don't we know that
So
though?
why? So
Like,
see, right. So why are we continuing this to WrestleMania? Like it's our. I mean, like Roman's already getting stale.
remember when 2016 Cena had the weight of the WWE world on his back, the entire locker room. We can't let Brock be champion. And when that match started, Brock Lesnar beat the dog shit out of John Cena. I feel like that should happen at this SummerSlam. The whole world is behind Jay Uso because it's main event Jay. This is Jay's time. And Roman leaves no evidence and just takes away that entire belief of Jay. You
But
cannot
you
take me in this
already,
ring
but you already
one on one.
gave people the thought that
about
Jay
the
could beat.
impression.
Like you
Yeah.
already gave him
Yeah.
the impression, so you might as well finish the story.
No,
But
but
the
he gave
thing
us the
about it
impression in
is
a tag team match though. It wasn't one on one, it was tag team.
right. But then at the same time, you still did the unthinkable. Like I mean, all the greats couldn't. Even John Cena couldn't beat Roman, and Jay did the
Pinned
unthinkable.
him. Yeah.
So you might as well just finish off the story already.
Because,
I mean,
but remember, if that asterisk, it was a tag title. Like with Gunther. Gunther has been pinned except for what? In a tag match.
but this was before his dominant run, though.
I'm just saying, but still, it still has that. Ever in singles competition has Roman been pinned for 3
Isn't
years.
that the reason why you saying this is because no one wants to see Roman lose those titles? Because like number
I'm
one,
just saying,
I'm at the point. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm just at the point where Roman just needs to lose, plain and simple. Like he could get his title back at Survivor Series. Him and Cody can run that shit back, but we need something different. We need something new. We need something shocking. Something to get us talking. If you want the WWE to be hot, quote unquote, then Jay Uso needs to leave Detroit, the new undisputed Universal Champion. Because I'm sorry, but going through this whole scenario, I mean, like, what's the whole point of Jay Uso getting the win on Roman if he's not going to beat Roman completely?
It's,
We're
it's because
definitely
it's to
stalling.
give you that idea that it's possible that Jay Uso can be the one to dethrone Roman. And then at SummerSlam, Roman hits you with that this boy is not on my level in this damn ring when it comes to singles competition. Because he's not. Jay Uso is not on Roman Reigns' level in one-on-one competition. He's in tag team, Jay Uso got it. But when it comes to one-on-one, he's not on Roman's level.
That's how he was booked.
We saw
they
it
do that,
two
then
other
they would
times
have to
when
be
they went
flipped with
one-on-one.
Cody.
Roman dog walked Jay every time they fought one-on-one.
Right, but then at the same time, this is how it was booked. That's the thing. That was 3 years ago. I'm talking about right now. Jay Uso is not the same Jay Uso from 3 years ago. That's what I'm saying.
So we supposed to just ignore the fact when Drew McIntyre.
I'm not saying ignore nothing. I'm not saying not.
But that's me though. If I'm going off a story, I'm going off what I saw. I seen Drew dog walk Jay Uso across the stadium one-on-one. I've seen Sheamus dog walk Jay Uso. Hell, Theory was giving Jay Uso to work for a second, and I'm supposed to believe that he has a shot against Roman Reigns.
Are you saying that you don't want him to have like a shot against Roman Reigns, or like, I mean, what is it?
Well, you already know who I think should beat Roman. But I'm
Which
saying
is who?
if the whole goal is for us to finally see Cody complete this damn story, Jay Uso.
You still on fucking? You still on Cody? Why?
Because like you, I get the same news as you got. And what's the main thing they saying? They want in Philadelphia for 40. Cody
is stale as fucking. You telling me this same person that ran away from AEW, you want him to beat Roman?
Yes.
He's going through more than Jay has. Who is Jay Uso? Who is Jay Uso?
You said he went through more than.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. That's crazy.
Wait, bro, what you saying, bro? You on that flower, bro? You on that Flower Ranger BS right now, bro?
Listen to me. Currently in the month of July, where we at right now?
Bro, you said month of July. We talking about a storyline that's for 3 years. What are you talking about?
Listen to me. Who has Jey Uso beaten in singles competition to
Oh
earn a
God.
shot for the title? Outside the story, I don't want to hear about, oh, he's done bloodline. What has Jey Uso done? Because when Cody went against Roman, y'all said the same thing. What has Cody done?
Bro,
So I ask you,
Cody only
what has
faced
Jey Uso done?
bro, Cody only faced like 3 different people. And
Literally.
I am
And who
not
is
going
Jey
to
facing?
count I'm not gonna count Dirty Bottom fucking Dom. I'm not going to count him at all. Okay?
So who is
You
Jey
know,
Uso face? Outside of tag titles, what has Jey Uso done in singles
Jay
competition? That's
has
all the
been in a
question.
major storyline for the last 3 years. He has
Okay,
a
for the
story
tag team
already.
side of it.
Does it
Okay, so
matter?
Jey Uso has
Stop
so
writing.
because Jey Uso helped Roman win his matches and won the tag titles. Oh, and he pinned Roman in the tag team match. He's the number. We should believe that he's the one that can dethrone Roman Reigns, right?
Okay, so you tell okay.
No,
So
no,
let
no,
me
no, 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 right? When
I'm
during the
sorry.
same storyline, he got his ass whooped. Are we just going to ignore that?
I didn't say ignore. This is what
But it depends what the story is going to be. Is it him getting beat up and then overcoming it, or is it him just getting beat up and then just reminding you that he's going to get beat up again? Like what? It depends what the end of the story was going to be like.
Because I feel like if Jey Uso wins, they're going to do the same thing to him like they always do when the big guy, everybody always go for it. Nobody's going to care about Jey Uso being world champion.
But okay. All right, let me kind of go let me kind of go back real quick. So, this is the same twin, okay? Follow me. This
Mm-hmm.
is the same twin we didn't even know fucking 10 years ago. We were saying who's that other twin, okay? Fast forward to like 2019, 2020, something like that. We were still trying to figure out who in the fuck is his twin. Who is Jay? We don't know who is who. Fast forward to 2023. Jay Uso is the fucking main event. Jay Uso. And this
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm sorry, but he left a lasting impression last Friday. Like, he gave me world champion material, world champion, like, vibes. This is something that has not been, like, we haven't seen in a very long time in the WWE. The one thing in the WWE that we have always talked about is how to build a star. You telling me Jey Uso is not world champion material, and you're going
No.
based on how he got his ass beat by all of these people?
The reason why I'm going off of this is because what it takes to be world champion. The first thing y'all gonna say when he wins is what? Not y'all in particular, but the main thing is gonna be like, oh, the tag team guy is now the world champion. So now what about the
I
tag
mean,
team?
same thing could be said about Kofi Kingston and Big E. What is your point?
Kofi Kingston, they weren't tag team. They were single guys who got thrown into a tag team. This is
But
different.
bro,
Jey Uso
but
came
aren't
into
they in a
business as a tag
trio
team.
though? Trio tag team, major.
That was
You know
that was different. The Usos when they
how
won
is
the
that?
elite, they're what?
How is it different?
I
I'm
just
about to say
said
to
it. I
keep
just
it
told
a
you.
buck.
When you see one Uso, you automatically thinking, oh, Usos in a tag title match. Because when it comes to single matches, they don't win.
Of
This is
I'm
course,
why
because
not.
they not. Go ahead.
Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, wasn't they in a tag team? Thank you, Chevy.
That's a weak argument
and
because
they
you can't
split
because
their
you
tag team,
start in
right?
tag teams to then eventually become an individual person.
And they're
Most
not
That's
people
all I'm
do.
Usos
saying.
aren't individuals. They're a tag team. They're the Usos.
Triple H? Like,
I mean, bro, like I'm just not
He
understanding
acting
what
like
you're.
Cody wasn't taming with Dustin.
Or Randy, like my nigga, like
Like,
we're. I mean, are we not going to? We're not going to. We're going to totally
So
ignore.
everybody who y'all naming left their tag team before they entered the main
But
event singles,
Shawn
right?
Michaels leave? Didn't Shawn Michaels super kick bro through the fucking window?
That's what I just said. They left their tag teams. He
So
you
stayed
what
acting
is
in
like
his
Biggie?
the?
tag
Like,
team. And
So
he's
what?
also y'all
I got a
just
headache.
going off of the bloodline storyline got y'all exactly where they
I'm
want
not
y'all. Y'all
going based
passion.
off the storyline. I
Listen,
just,
listen.
bro. We
Yes, you
just.
are. You That's the first thing you said. Y'all passion has y'all invested in Jey Uso, which is what they want. And then y'all heart's gonna get broke when Roman Reigns dog walks the shit out this man at SummerSlam, unless his brothers get involved.
But
Cause he
I
isn't
mean,
ain't
his
that
gonna
goes
leave
brother?
him
for
clean. Jey Uso don't have a chance without help,
What?
right?
What?
Without help, one-on-one, Jey Uso don't have a shot.
Bro, like Jay, his brother is in a fucking hospital because of this shit. You telling me Jimmy is not going to get involved because of it? I mean, that's a receipt.
There's another brother, Solo's brother too. That's what they. That's
I
what
mean,
this is
bro, this is a storyline though. So
speaking of Jimmy, the only reason I even care about Jey Uso in the first place is because Jimmy tore his ACL and Jay was the only one there.
Okay, so who fault is that? Who fault is that though?
I'm just saying though, it was a blessing in disguise. Jay rose above it because nobody else was there during COVID.
So who fault is that?
Let's stick to them. So don't.
You acting like we didn't care about Jey Uso at all though. Like,
I mean, bro,
not as a singles wrestler, you didn't.
I mean, he hasn't gave us that opportunity, but then when he gave us the opportunity to care,
right?
We cared about it.
That's what I'm saying. You got the opportunity when Jimmy got hurt. If Jim got hurt, it'll still just be down.
But bro, that's speculation because I mean, the same thing could be said just like what Joy Boy said or whatever, like Triple H, Revolution or Evolution or whatever. I mean, a lot of people didn't give a fuck about Dave Bautista. We have to warm up. We have to give a fuck about Dave Bautista. And his development was brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Randy Orton. I mean, they have to come to
give them that time to grow.
So
for us to care.
That sentence right there is what pisses me off about this bloodline storyline and WWE fans. Not you in particular. That statement, what you just said. Because every single time, look at how y'all gave Jey Uso time. Look how y'all gave this bloodline storyline time. Hurt Business didn't get that reaction. They didn't get Bray Wyatt that when he came back. Y'all turned on Bray the minute he didn't do what y'all wanted. And that's true, Chris. I done told you about this. They didn't do this for Hurt Business. Or they didn't do this. The fans, along with WWE Creative, did not give these guys time. But oh no, Jey Uso, the lovable Jey Uso, gets the time and everything to build up. Y'all didn't give a lot of guys this exact same respect, and that's a fact. This is a freaking fact.
Bro,
we love the Hurt Business.
Right, and I'm like, bro, like you.
I didn't say y'all. This is fake. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Let's not act blind to the
I get it, but then I get what you're saying, but your energy is like almost a form of hating, kind of like. I mean, it's just I get what you're saying, but the issue is that the Hurt Business. They already lost because of their skin complexion, but I digress. I get the whole thing about the Hurt. I mean, not the Hurt Business, but I get the whole thing about the bloodline. I have said this countless times that this is probably one of the greatest storylines in WWE history. However, it's going to be consequential when this shit is over because guess what? Everybody else literally was sacrificed because of this.
Literally.
And that is why.
That's my issue with it.
I get it, but at the same time, there are two stars that was built because of this: Sammy and Jay, which I respect. But it just seems like Sammy was also was sacrificed as well. Because this man was the hottest fucking face in the WWE.
He was.
But you see what happened with that. They made sure to smother that out.
They said, oh, y'all don't really want this, right?
They made sure.
This was a joke. Like, this is
right. You don't want this man.
Get to it. Like,
you don't want this man that looks like a fucking bison. You don't want him to be your world champion. Oh, so you still cheering for him? Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna smother that out. We're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna pretend that shit never happened, and we're gonna focus on Cody. Oh, I get that energy. I do. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sammy's still pretty over right now.
He's still over, but he's not as over as Jay. And this is the part that I get where Stormy is talking about. I think the problem is that
because of his damn theme song.
Huh?
I'm talking about right now. Right now. Everybody want to do is just go.
I can't say that.
Bro,
I mean, about Seth too now? That's what
bro. I mean, the same thing could be said about Cody and Seth. I mean, the reason why they're over is because of their theme songs. Bro, are you really going to say that right now?
Currently, right now where we at, yes. Nobody cares about Seth's storyline. They just want to
Get
go.
the fuck out of here, bro. You need to stop
Okay, what
because
is
Seth
Mythos?
Rollins been like the hottest thing right now for the last few
Okay,
months.
Yo,
listen to my
what's-
words.
I don't want to
I'm not
listen to
talking
your
about the
words because
character.
your words
Not
is
the
bull.
character.
You are trolling. You
You
are.
are
Y'all just.
Coach
You
Y'all not
wow.
hold on. Okay, let me try. Hold on. Let me try this again. Besides Seth's character and theme song, what is his current story? Okay.
He's
He's a
dealing
fighting
with.
champ.
Did you not see what happened on Monday, or do you not watch Monday?
So is the story about
I'm about to say,
Seth or
didn't
is it
he just
about
have a
Finn and
whole story
Damon?
with Finn?
Huh?
I mean, he still
Huh? Is it
got.
about Finn and Damon? Currently,
Yeah.
is it really about Seth
It's
now, or is
about
it
all
about Finn
three
and
of
Damon?
them, bro.
Hmm?
It's about all three of. Huh? It's about all three of them.
When I say nobody and y'all, I'm not talking about y'all right now. Every single time
No,
I
I
say
don't
I
give.
talk
No,
about you.
No,
I know that you're
I
not.
get that. We get
I'm
that.
responding to the comments. And it's
I know
one
that you're
Oh,
not
okay,
thing
talking
gotcha.
about
I'm saying.
me in particular. I
I'm
know that you're not talking about me, but you
Yeah, and
said
I'm not hating on Jay. I'm just going off with my eyes. I saw this man get dog walked every single time
that
last
was
year.
3 years
This
ago. You're still stuck
no,
on 3 years ago, bro.
this was just 10 months
Wait,
ago.
are you saying that Seth has no story right now?
Seth is the extra piece in the Judgment Day story. Yes, he is currently.
But isn't that a storyline though? You did not say storylines
It's
though?
not his story. It's
How?
their
But
story.
the title is part of the storyline, correct?
It's the extra piece. He's a piece of it. Why does he have his
Again,
own
I'm going to
story?
ask you
Well,
this again.
I think
Isn't
him
this a
getting the
part of the storyline though?
Yes, but you are still evading the fact that it is not his
I'm
own
not
story.
evading nothing.
That's
I'm
all I'm
just trying
saying.
to figure out. Like you said that he's not in the storyline. The World Heavyweight Championship is a storyline,
No, I
right?
said he doesn't have a story.
But,
he's
I said
saying
he
he
doesn't
doesn't
have
have
a
his
story.
own.
That's what I said.
You saying he doesn't have his own storyline, but I think
Thank
Seth
you, thank
getting.
you. Roman has
I'm
his
saying.
own story, correct? Gunther has his own story.
I think the
Theory,
thing was. I
sorta,
think the thing
kinda,
was.
is building his own story. Seth's
No, theory,
story,
theory is WWE's Orange Cassidy right now. He hasn't had a story. He's just been winning championship matches by the skin of his teeth. As far as Seth goes, him getting the world championship was kind of the pause in his own personal story, and including him in the Judgment Day story is a part of his overall story. Where it goes, who can say? But is it his story because he's not the center? Is what you're saying? He's not like the center of the piece, so it's not his story. Is that what you're
that's
saying?
all I'm saying. He's not the main. Currently, the main focal point is will he or won't we with Damon, and will he or won't we with Finn.
so
That's what the
let's
main story is.
let's entertain this real quick. Okay. So in your mind, okay, who is the centerpiece in the Judgment Day story?
Finn Balor. It's will he or won't he? And then the second piece is Damian Priest. Will he or won't he cash in, blocking Finn from winning the world title? And then the third piece is will Seth Rollins lose the title?
But didn't you just say?
But even the Damien piece part alone automatically connects to Seth's part.
I mean,
That's what. Okay, let me. Y'all not hearing me.
No,
Seth
I hear
is not
you.
the
I'm hearing
right.
you, but it's just okay.
It's you're focusing on. I said Seth Rollins does not have his own story.
You putting words in my
That's what
mouth,
I
sir.
said. You're making it seem like I said he doesn't have one at all. I'm saying when you look at that storyline, it's Finn first. Will he leave or will he stay? Damian Priest, will he cash in, blocking Finn, or will he not? Then it's Seth Rollins. Will he win or will he lose the belt? That's the tier of that storyline.
That is not the tier of the storyline with Finn. Finn is still
Yes, it
beating
is.
Seth Rollins' ass. Did you not see that on Monday? Seth
No, the
still
main
wants to go after Seth. That is a storyline, sir. That's
right,
a
but
storyline
with
that they've been
Finn
telling since Money in the Bank.
and the way they broke it down Monday night, if you watch,
I
Finn went
did.
against the plan of Judgment Day. So now that leads into will he or will he not stay with Judgment Day? Then you have Damian Priest. If he cashes in on Seth Rollins, bam, he's blocking out Finn Balor, his 7 year story of redemption for the World Heavyweight title. So they have their mini feud. Then Seth throw it away as the third piece of this story. Seth Rollins is
Well,
not the key piece of this story.
Sir,
It's
well,
Finn
that
Damian
Balor.
Damian being a factor is new because he just won Money in the Bank, but Seth and Finn been going at it for weeks.
so where you talking about?
And the whole time they
I would
told
say
when
like a month
Finn
and a
was
half.
beating
Yeah.
up Seth, the whole time it was his tease of leaving or staying with Judgment Day. Right or wrong? This entire time he been dog walking Seth. That's what's been playing, right? Will he or
Uh-huh.
won't he leave and stay with the plan of Judgment Day? You saw
Okay.
him have his talk with J.D. McDonough, and Damien walked up like, hey, what was that about? Oh, don't worry about it.
But then, isn't this going back to what you just said though? You said that Seth Rollins is not in the
Seth's
story.
not the key
But
piece to Finn.
I get what you're saying. You're saying that he doesn't have his own
No, you're not.
storyline. That's what you said. You just said that 5 minutes ago, right?
Right. Yes, he doesn't. This is Finn's story. This ain't Seth.
But
When
It's
you
both
look
of
at
theirs,
this
really.
title,
I guess
it's about Damien
I guess I'm
Balor.
just
People
like
can share a
confused.
storyline.
Bro, are you saying that people
Okay.
can't share storylines, bro? Isn't this
I'm saying,
interconnected?
I'm saying, when you look at, okay, let's take your favorite thing, the bloodline, right? Who's the key star in it?
I wouldn't say y'all, but
Roman.
Right, Roman. Okay, Roman.
Right?
Roman
Right?
Roman is the
This
centerpiece
current
of the
feud,
storyline. Yes.
this current feud with Seth isn't the key piece. It's Finn. Everything links to Finn Balor. He's the key piece. That's what I'm
I think
saying.
it's both.
This
It's
isn't
both
Seth's
of them.
story. It's
So,
The
Finn.
reason it's
dude,
both of them because it was the two of them in the ring for the Universal title back in 2016. So it's like his
where he
but
broke
Seth,
his
the fact
yeah.
that Seth is like the present factor that Finn can't get over means that Finn can't possibly be just a centerpiece. It's the two of them.
Okay.
Everything is literally interconnected. Everything. From Seth and Finn to Damian Priest. Like all of them are in a storyline. And I'm sorry. This is a really good storyline. It's dope. Because
It
Finn
is.
would not let
I
this
like it.
shit go. And they
Facts.
should have did this shit a long time ago. That's my
I
whole
agree.
thing. But I'm glad that they let this shit like
Because nobody cared about Finn. Like you said earlier. Like how y'all cared about Jay. Nobody cared about Finn in that world title scene.
I
Getting back
agree.
into the world
We
title
stopped
scene.
caring about Finn after they showed us they're not that care about Finn.
Yeah, but right, because Vince McMahon even said that he said that Finn Balor was bland, which I'm trying to figure out like what?
Yeah.
How is he bland?
Vince, man, that dude.
Vince is a bitch. I mean, at the end of the day, shit.
Say it louder.
no, I'm not talking
I
about
mean,
Prince.
shit. If you ain't gonna say it, I'm gonna fucking say it.
Storyline.
Bitch
Shit,
McMahon.
But he
right,
got a bloodline.
Mitch
How you say
McMahon.
that?
Yeah, I'm
His
saying.
bloodline was Vince.
Yo, oh, that's a hashtag right there.
I
Bitch.
mean,
On another point.
shit. What's going on, champ? How you doing? What's going on, Fluffy? Yeah, like bro,
Doing
like
good.
okay.
What's going on?
Listen, I get the whole philosophy that, you know what I'm saying, like Seth Rollins doesn't have his storyline, but then at the same time, like everything, like I said, once again, is interconnected. Everything. He doesn't need to have his own storyline. That's the thing. Right now, he's like shit. He's still trying to get Finn off of his back. And like, bro,
For
Finn
real.
was not there the whole entire 3 hours. And he showed up at the main event. He was like, no, I'm still on you. And then here comes Damian Priest. Damian Priest is like, no. He said, I'm going to cash in. And like Finn said, no, you're not doing that. That's my meat right there. No pun intended. Pause. But that's my receipt. That I need to get back at him. Fuck your cash in. I need to whoop this nigga ass. Finn's trying to figure out can he win the big one again? It's a lot of layers to the story. That's what makes it so hot. That's what makes it so entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So
And
that's my
and
whole point.
also Finn and Seth are the integral pieces of this story because their story goes back to SummerSlam 2016 and him trying to get vengeance on Seth.
How about
It happened with the Intercontinental title years ago, and then when Seth got that second U.S. Championship reign, Finn came out like, "You took something from me, and I'm going to take that from you." Seth and Finn are the integral pieces of the story. The Judgment Day are just right there in the middle of it. It's not really Finn's story. It's Seth and Finn's story. They're the two main pieces.
I agree.
Piggyback off of that, we just haven't had another belt to get this storyline going. Now that we have that heavyweight championship, we can do that.
Facts.
And
Yeah, man.
I don't
very
agree
true.
because I think we've been building stuff for a minute to have this belt and have his own run. Like
Dope. Yes. I love that. I love that philosophy. I love it. I love it. Love it.
Like
Love it.
Seth, it hasn't been Seth music. Seth has been putting on great matches. Yes, he's 0-3 against Cody, but all three of the matches was hella. Like
Mm-hmm.
They
we've
was.
been building Seth to have this belt and be the equivalent to Roman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yo, and think about like I got such respect for Seth. Is like the whole Seth freaking was kind of a joke compared to what he was before. But this dude took it and ran with it. This dude came out dressed like a chick at WrestleMania, and people were still cheering for this dude. What did he have on WrestleMania? He had like a freaking pink.
Bro, that
open
outfit
top,
was
yo.
trash. But like,
Yo.
I still like Seth though.
Right. I mean, like Seth coming out there like the Joker and shit. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. It's different, and that's why I say like I think Seth is like underneath it all. I think like he's one of the greatest right now in this generation.
Seth felt like the de facto heel in this feud with Finn Balor.
Technically, if you look at it like that.
Like I just don't. I don't think that Seth Rollins. Honestly, I think he's underappreciated. To be really honest with you,
A lot of people
I really
feel
feel
that
that
way.
way. I do feel that way because like I feel that I know Seth Rollins and Roman is doing their thing, and I definitely do appreciate. I'm not like the biggest Roman Reigns fan. I think he's very overrated. I feel that way, but at the same time, like he's really growing on me. When they called him the master manipulator for a reason. Now they also
He is
call
good at that.
Edge the master manipulator, but I think Roman has that on lock because
Absolutely.
he can give you the illusion that he likes you, but he's really using you.
The tribal snake.
think-
The tribal snake, exactly.
If we,
Type of
if we
shit.
go back, I feel like Seth is our modern day Edge, and Roman is just like Triple H times 2 with manipulation.
Everybody, I want y'all to know that we just beat our record. We are 5.1 Ks. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I mean,
all
bro,
right.
listen, you know, I'm telling you, this is a hot ass face. Me, you know. Listen, I was gonna come in here. I'm just like maybe like some like 3 or 4 people is gonna probably talk in here and shit. You know what I'm saying? But oh my god, like bro, is there a possibility we can get to 10K? Oh, listen, let's continue the
I do have
conversation.
one question.
I
though.
said we go to 10K.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
My
do this.
question
Go ahead,
is-
G.
For next year, do you still think Cody is the plot? Because my mindset is I go 2 ways with this. I think you would do a 4-way bloodline, or, and I hope they don't do this, but the hype that LA Knight getting, do he wins the Rumble, or do we stay on the path of Cody?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go around the room. And matter of fact, the people at home, I want y'all to get into this conversation as well. Kenta, I'm gonna start with you since you have not said anything in the last like 10 minutes. Where do you see?
Sorry.
No, you good. You good. No, so where do you see this going in the next like 6 to 8 months? Do you see LA Knight winning the Royal Rumble?
I mean, me personally, I kind of want Gunther to win the Royal Rumble.
Ooh,
It's a good one.
I like that.
I'm not really a big
Alright.
LA fan.
Okay, so let's talk about that part real quick. So a lot of people are saying that he's a rip-off version of The Rock. Do y'all agree?
No, I don't.
I don't think
I
so.
think he's more like if Stone
You
Cold
can
and The Rock
see
had a
it,
child.
but that's just
He definitely has the voice
He's
of it, though.
inspired by it, not
Yeah,
rip-off.
He's inspired. Okay, that's
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
you can see it, but it's not like I'm not like, oh man, it's not taken away from him. Like he still has charisma. Like
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Yeah, he definitely has charisma of his own.
That's like saying the Young Bucks are a rip-off of Shawn Michaels.
I mean, they are.
They are.
But-
They're inspired. They're inspired.
I mean, they're a little
are
bit too inspired. I mean, but if we're gonna say that, I mean, we could say that the Ass Boys are a rip-off version of Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
Oh, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. They get-
Because I mean, they're giving me 90 vibes, Shawn Michaels.
I'll
You know,
give you
type of
that.
shit. Cause like, I mean, it's all over them. What's going on, Mr. Entertainment? But yeah, it's like it's all over them. But that whole thing, like he talks like The Rock, whatever. We're talking about LA Knight now. They say that he talks like The Rock and all that shit. Like, I don't see it.
I
don't
didn't
see
see it
Dwayne.
until I heard it.
Okay.
Then I was like, oh.
Okay, here's what I.
Oh, one time.
You have to
One
think
That's what
about
blocked
it.
his original run. Is because Vince was like, "Oh snap, Dwayne's here," and he walked in the room and LA Knight was in there. And he was like, "Wait,
I mean,
whoa."
maybe because he was moist for Dwayne at that time.
But no, he sounds just. They talk just like, and he said before the podcast, like, "Yeah, I got a phone call and they thought it was Dwayne, and they hung up on me when they found out I wasn't him. We sounded like it.
I mean, that's like the dumbest thing
LA
ever.
Knight is the Rock at home. And you're like, "Hey man, we got
But
the Rock." And
here's the thing.
he got the Rock at
He's
home.
got he's got the Rock's voice, but with Steve Austin mannerisms.
He got that swagger.
There you
He
go.
got that swag. Yeah, he got that swag.
You know, which is a cool combination to have.
Yeah, because like that.
Yeah.
I mean, to have
It's
Stone
money.
Cold Steve Austin vibes and The Rock vibes, like the two greatest in WWE history, like
You know,
that's
like when he everybody know that yeah is just another thing for saying what. You
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
right?
But he's been
Yeah.
doing that. He's been doing that for years,
Yeah.
though.
What
It's big.
now? You know,
Yeah, he has been doing that, but like
he's got
for
his little
a couple
strut
years
like
now.
he's got his little strut like The Rock, and then he hits the
Mhm.
little promo between The Rock and Stone Cold. It's a
Mhm.
combination of both. It's
Mhm.
money. If you
Yeah.
ask me, they'll look at him and be like, you know what? We feel that you're acting too much like this one or too much like that one.
Mhm.
Let's tone him down. And I'm like, let that. Like, what do you want to make of Eli Drake again with the mother? You know, so
And the
look,
main
that
thing
man
is
40 years
forgetting
old.
that he got over with these fans.
Drake.
What
You
did
know,
you say?
that man is 40 years
Norman?
old and he's contemplating
Oh,
on
okay.
retirement.
Oh, you talk about who?
LA
Who
Knight.
were you? LA Knight. Okay. You say he's 40 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even know he was.
Yeah,
that
he's
old.
up there.
Wow.
Yeah, he's up there.
Make
And
me look
WWE is
old.
trying to
Shit.
like lean towards like having. That's why they wanted him to be a manager. They was like when he did that maximum like shit with the other two guys.
I'm
They wanted him
sorry.
to be a
He gave me
manager.
life. He gave me life when he was that manager. I'm sorry. I mean, he did. He's talking about. Look at those shiny Polex muscles. I mean, look at his calves. His calves are HD defined. I'm just.
I
was
think
so-
that's
I
why
was
But
like
I was
this
that
character.
whole thing was not him though. And when Vince left, he went to Triple H. He was like, "Look, man, I know y'all trying to give this younger generation a shot." He's like, "I'm 40 years old." He's like, "I don't know how much longer I can do this." He's like, "I just want to run until I can't run no more. Can I
Mhm.
wrestle without this gimmick?" Triple H was like, "Sure, man, go for it." And there you have it.
And
The
Mhm.
LA
you gotta
Knight,
think,
Max
too,
Dupree.
that for our we grew up with that.
I just
shit,
found
so
out he was Max
it
Dupree.
feels good like to have that kind of like a Stone Cold Rock presence, like.
Facts.
Mhm.
And
also,
he got over
they-
organically, like the fan, like he was supposed to be a heel, and we're cheering him.
Exactly.
And also, they say that to anyone who happens to have mega charisma. Like Ricky Starks gets The Rock all the time.
Thank you.
Mm.
That is true.
They just use it for anybody who
He's like
happens
a-
to have mega charisma, and they're like,
It's like, oh, you could
they're like,
talk
no,
well.
we don't want nobody else to have that except Dwayne. Stop
Mhm.
it.
Ricky Starks is like the Puerto Rican Rock. Yeah.
Ricky
Isn't
Starks
he half black?
is.
Yeah, he is. He is.
He is.
Oh, he nigga Rican? Okay, back.
Did you say nigga Rican?
Oh,
That's what I said.
damn.
that wow.
I kind of didn't think of that Gunther thing because we could have Gunther go at the Seth. I mean, I don't think Gunther and Roman would be a WrestleMania plan, but that's not a bad idea.
I think going into, like looking at the forecast for WrestleMania, which I need to go to for my very first WrestleMania, I think it's going to be a lot of surprises on the road to WrestleMania. It really is. Because, like, Gunther right now, like, I don't know who is going to be Gunther. I'm assuming it's going to be probably Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre for me is just kind of stagnant for me, just like Bobby Lashley. I don't know why they're trying to give Bobby Lashley another gimmick. I mean, like I said once again, he is the Mandingo of fucking Madagascar. He's the almighty of his tribe of Madagascar. So like, why in the fuck are you giving him another fucking gimmick? I don't get it.
The Bobby Lashley, what they did to Booker T, what they did to Tony Atlas with the Simba shit.
Oh no.
Let's not do that.
Oh no! Please don't.
I will personally, and let me tell you, I live in Putnam, Connecticut, which is not too far from Greenwich. It's about an hour away. I will personally drive to WWE headquarters, and I will sit outside and I will petition that they do not do that to that black man.
I mean, I don't know if because maybe I was reading the wrong article, but they're trying to call him the barber.
The what?
What?
Listen, before y'all scream, hold on. Before y'all scream, listen. This is the shit I was reading last night when I was in my bed. Incapacitated, you understand? But no, I was reading this article. I said I know I'm not high on pills right now, so I hope that this is wrong. But they had Bobby Lashley at a barber getting his head done or whatever, and it was talking about that it's a possibility he's going to come back as the barber or some type of shit. I don't know. But I hope that this is wrong. But yeah,
Bobby the barber.
He ain't got no hair.
Right, I know.
No.
Right, that part.
Bobby
Yeah.
the barber Lashley. Are you kidding? No.
Bro, so what's it,
Hell no.
Brodus? The beefcake already, yes, he already had that. Why are we doing this? Why are we putting a white gimmick on a black wrestler? I don't get it.
That's how you know. That's how you know Vince is back.
I was going to Connecticut.
Because Vince is too moist. He's too moist. He's like a Heinz cake. He's too fucking moist. He's just too moist.
No.
I mean, he sees muscles and he talk about, I want to glaze you up. I want to glaze you up. Type of shit. I'm just like, bro, you needed to do what you should have done last year and stay retired. But for some reason, this man just wants to invade people's storylines. He wants to say, no, I don't like that shit. I don't give a fuck what you like. He pissed me off.
Like his bloodline.
He is the same guy who said F the fans when it came to Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle.
Yep.
You know what?
No matter how much I say about him, y'all love his bloodline stories.
You
really don't. You really do not like. You know what? Let me ask Stormy this. Let me ask him all the way in the back or whatever. No. Because I'm done with your shady ass attitude. So I'm going to ask you this personally. You do not like the underneath it all. You do not like how the WWE been treating the bloodline, do you?
No, because of how they did everybody else and how not the people in this room, to the others in the wrestling community, the way they gave up on stuff so quick, but the patience they had for this damn bloodline story, yes, it did piss me off.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly, bro. I do.
Bray Wyatt is a prime example of how fans did not.
Oh,
they didn't give Bray Wyatt a shot in hell.
They
turned on him right after that dark match.
Stormy's right.
Why? No. The fuck the hell he is. My whole thing is. Wait, hold on. I need to give me some more because I'm a little parched.
I told you. No, hold on, wait, real quick. Before you start, Bray Wyatt was trying to listen to me. Bray Wyatt was trying to build up his new family, the Wyatt Six, right? That's part one. Number two, he was about to recruit Alexa Bliss, but he couldn't help the fact that Alexa Bliss wanted to go get pregnant. Boom, so they had to scratch that off.
She also has skin cancer.
Bray Wyatt,
she has skin cancer, sir.
Bray Wyatt, number three, Bray Wyatt had full-fledged creative control, and he said, hey, I'm coming back. Will Vince be there? Triple H said, nah, he ain't gonna be there. Who showed up and started trying to touch his stuff? Which pissed off Bray. Yes, he said, I don't want Vince involved in nothing because y'all saw this man catch me on fire and I lost in 10 seconds to Randy Orton.
What's up, Kelly?
This man. Right?
And over with the fucking.
And another thing, the cameraman messed up the angle in that pitch back match, and y'all saw Uncle Howdy miss the spot. That was the camera crew's fault. They went to the hard camera when they should have the camera too.
If we would have saw that shot, do you think that would have changed the match?
No. First of all, I was not moist enough. I wasn't moist. I was not sexually aroused by seeing a fucking man I was not aroused or I was not impressed by seeing another fucking man glowing in the dark green. And then had the audacity to promote a nasty ass fucking soda called Mountain Dew. So my energy was not going to change whether the drunk fucking uncle, whether he did a coffin drop and missed. I still had that energy. I just no.
No, but I'm just saying though, as a whole, if the
though.
fans would not have seen Uncle Howdy miss that spot, it would have been a completely different story after that. But the fact we saw him miss LA Knight hurt
What?
Bray.
I think fans already didn't like the match when the match started and when it was going on, and they didn't
The
like it.
match was bad, but then we wasn't even expecting that because it was kind of like we thought Bray and Howdy was going to fight. Like we didn't reason.
And they just randomly teamed up.
It was like he's cut the same promo week after week. Uncle Howdy shows up, doesn't do anything, and then the next thing you know, he's feuding with LA Knight. It was just a little all over the place.
Because LA Knight was okay. So the thing with
clean it up.
The thing with Uncle Howdy was that Uncle Howdy needed to see if Bray still had that dog in him, that dark dog. That's when we saw him at Bray Wyatt with his sister Abigail. Then we saw Bray Wyatt come back and jump LA Knight. And that's when Uncle Howdy was like, boom, bet, now we can do our work. So now after that, we were going to get the other family members coming, but because of that hard angle camera missed shot of us watching Uncle Howdy dive completely into a mat and miss LA Knight, it ruined it. When you see it, it hurts it.
So maybe that the trajectory, you see what I mean? I think that he should have, like, you know, instead of like jumping off like somebody's like great drunk from a barbecue, I think maybe he should have, you know, he just missed.
No, it showed Bray that he was willing to make the sacrifice for him and take that jump. That was the story. And now the other story was going to be, now granted, it was a terrible setup, but the story with Bobby Lashley was, if you remember, during the pandemic era, who was the group that
cops
came
coming
out
for
to
you?
try to stop the Fiend?
The cops are coming for you, Stormy.
It was the Hurt Business. I know, I see it, but the Hurt Business was the one who came out to stop the Fiend, right? That was a story, but everybody just forgot about, like, oh, why was Lashley?
Why you said we forgot about it? I didn't forget shit. I remember. I seen the same shit you have.
I'm just saying others have not got others.
Yeah, the Hurt
like,
Business.
This story doesn't make sense. The Hurt Business was the first group to come back at the Fiend, and then we were going to get a Hurt Business reunion, but we scratched it all. So
We had a show about
that.
that.
For the story.
So
We definitely had a show about it.
For the story.
Now we all know. Hold up. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm still bitter about that.
Now we all know the Hurt Business could have been probably the most dominant faction in WWE.
Very much so.
We also know it's because they're black that they didn't want to do that to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Because if you ask me personally, Shelton Benjamin should have already been a WWE champion. Like
Very much so. I agree.
He's in the same bucket
even
as
showed up in the WWE.
Very much so.
He got lost.
These are my top 5 guys I feel should have been WWE champion. Shelton Benjamin, number 1. I feel Shad Gaspard, God rest his soul, should have been a world champion. He should have been. You all know Booker T. Booker T should have beat Triple H back when it was a WWF. But that's not good for business to lay down for the Negro, so we didn't do it. They gave it to Kofi. They gave it to Big E. They gave it to Lashley twice, which is like a big thing for the black folks now since we got it twice. For some odd reason, I want to see Xavier Woods get that shit.
Oh hell no! Now you want? Listen, I was feeling
He's
you.
like, get the fuck out of the nigga.
Right? Because I'm about to say you about to get packed out. About to get packed out.
For real though, wait.
Shout out,
No,
but
but
you doing that shot, but you gotta look at that draft pack, man.
if you want Xavier Woods to have his moment, Xavier Woods has to be Gunther. He has to be the one to beat Gunther because they are the ones that started the original story with Gunther.
I do want them to do something with Xavier Woods. Not gonna lie.
That would be a bigger story instead of
Xavier Woods been the clown of
he has
of New Day. He has been the clown. My whole thing is like, okay, so you reap the benefits of being part of New Day. And I'm like I said, I don't know Xavier Woods. I just know him by his porn career. But I digress. Whatever. All I'm saying is that you want people to think that you say, but then yet you went bareback on somebody they named Wednesday. But I digress. Whatever. My whole thing is that you can't expect me to take you serious after you have literally sat in New Day and reaping the benefits or whatever. And as a singles career, you won like King of the Ring. But what the fuck did you do with that? The only two king here is me with the crown. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I bet people could take me more serious than Xavier Woods. Because when I say that I'm gonna fuck you, when I say I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Chris,
Plain
that was
simple.
his prize. That was his consolation prize. See, he even said in an interview he can't leave his career without getting a King of the Ring. Vince said, "The hell with it. We're not gonna make you champion, but we'll give you King of the Ring." That was his consolation
You already
prize.
know if they make him champion.
That was his moment.
Bro, like
Here's the thing.
Xavier a meme card, though.
Xavier Woods has a degree in philosophy, which means he can literally talk to his opponent in so many different versions of ways of beating his ass. But they were like, "We can't make the black guy look too smart. We're not going to do that."
I mean, he's already too smart. I mean, he has a PhD in philosophy. Like, you can't beat around that shit. I mean, they have talked about that on WWE television, but then at the same time, we know a white company with black folks, they know that they're going to keep them at a certain level. They know that. If you do not know that, you need to go back in history. As a matter of fact, if we're going to go back in history, let's talk about your boy, Farouk. Let's talk about Farouk real quick. Farouk was the most black person. Damn. That same person that said damn was the same person that put out Vince McMahon on fucking Raw and said that why people like me cannot be WWE champion. And Vince McMahon said, and do you know what the fuck Vince McMahon said? He said, "Oh yeah, I know, I acknowledge that." He said, "Yeah, the only thing that my color can do, that when you look at people like me, is people that can bag your groceries." And guess what? That same shit actually applies today, but in a different way. Yeah, we got black WWE champions, we do, but then at the same time, you got people like Bianca Belair. That's only good for Black Fridays, but that's it. Now I'm seeing a progression in her attitude, which I'm liking, I'm digging, I'm loving. I'm loving it. I'm just waiting for her to turn. I'm waiting for her and Montez to turn heel. I'm just ready for that.
Amen.
I'm ready for
So
that.
the thing with Montez, he keeps he's on because 3 different times
Wait, you said Montez is on punishment?
What did he do?
Because 3 different times he rejected the heel turn. Triple H wanted him to turn heel 3 different times. Remember when they lost to the Usos and him and Dawkins was sitting in the rings and Corey Graves and Michael Cole was like, "Oh my God, what's Ted's gonna do? Look at the anger in his eyes." And he just walked off. The second match, again, man, you can really see the tension within the Street Profits. Look at this tension. What tension? They're working perfect.
Oh, when they was
strike 3, he did it again. They wanted this man to turn because he could have been in that spot to go against Roman. Remember when Roman called him out? When he called out Roman, he went against Roman? And what happened after that? Right back to the tag scene, get your butt back in line because he rejected the heel turn. So why would I turn him heel? When I tried I've given you the golden ticket 3 different times and you told me no. You have, and this one Vince wasn't there, so you can't blame Vince. Hunter himself said, "Hey, I got an idea, but I have to go out there with Dawkins. You guys are gonna lose. And I want you to just really dive into it. They're gonna set you up perfect." So we at home, we watching. Oh my God, look at Montez, man. He looks upset. What is he gonna do? Walk out the ring, walk out the ramp. So what you think Triple H now? Because now Vince probably was like, "I told you, you picked the wrong one." and then now you can't have him turn heel because Dawkins got better. Dawkins got better in the ring.
He did.
I mean, just because he's the D'Lo Brown of the Street Profits, it doesn't mean that.
But I'm just saying though, when Tez turn heel with
It's a
Dawkins
missed
put it on his
opportunity.
level a little bit,
You're not wrong.
you know what I mean?
It look like he on this level now, so it's a missed opportunity.
Right? Because now, how can I buy into this of oh man, Tez, boo you. How dare you beat down poor Dawkins? But now it's like, hey, Dawkins, you
So
still getting
I
Braun
mean, beat
Strowman?
his ass.
No, but remember, every time somebody turns, it's because the other person that Dawkins is at the highlight because he has that highlight in everybody's head of him taking down Braun.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
saw
Okay, that's
this man
true.
take
We've
down
seen
Braun. I don't
that.
care what you think of Braun Strowman.
That's true.
That never been done before. We've
He
never
did
seen
it
it done.
twice.
And then he stood up. Ah!
He did because I mean, it's like I could tell that his nipples actually gotten, like he put more muscle on it. And I'm not going to lie, like I'm sorry. Listen. Don't judge
And
me,
then
okay?
another
Because bro, like listen, he had them straps. He had them straps on. He had them straps on and took the shirt off. I'm like him, yeah, type of shit.
Bro.
Hold on.
Don't
We
judge
might have
me.
open live spot.
Don't.
We could do Bianca and Montez as we got Rhea and Dom. He can always help her on a match when Bianca go hell.
But they're on the same. But
I agree, but I'm just saying we could get some type of way to get him a hill again.
I hear you. But another thing that hurt Montez, your wife has been dominating. And
She has. That's what I'm saying. Like she's wearing the pants in the family.
And I don't know. Whenever they on TV together, they go right to, oh my God, Bianca. They don't even talk to him.
No, they don't talk to him. That's what I'm saying. Like I just feel that I feel that Montez reminds me so much of Xavier Woods. He's just there for the ride.
Montez should have went heel when Roman said,
No, because Montez actually wrestles.
Right there where you at.
He wrestles, yes. Montez is goofy, but Montez can turn it on and off, and we have seen that.
Fact,
yeah, I agree.
Then Randy dissed him too, try to get him to turn him heel, and he didn't do it. Randy Orton came at him.
I don't know what this how. And then this man has a rap career, which I'm not gonna get into that right now.
Seth Rollins came at him.
I think he had like another small jump where the Elimination Chamber he outdid himself in that match.
He did.
Wait a minute.
He did.
They gave him Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins to get this man to turn heel, and he said no. That's 3 heavy hitters that you could have had. That's your fuse right there.
So Joy Boy said that Montez remind him more of Big E. Chevy said that was a good match. Summer, I think he said that he does. Why does he do the rock bottom? I didn't know that he did the rock bottom. Does he?
Who, Montez?
Yeah.
I've seen him do a people's elbow at a dark match.
Yeah, he does the rock bottom.
Oh, he does.
And he does like a people's elbow. He likes the rock a lot.
I could tell.
Yeah, he likes the rock a lot.
I mean, I don't understand him going to the gym, bulking up or whatever, if you're not like willing to go to the next level. Like I'm not.
Amen.
He did
I don't
that,
understand
and then
that.
Triple H said,
I think he would make a good like IC or United States champion.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
I want to see him in an underground match.
I do. If there's one thing that I would love, I love 2 black men smacking me. Like that's just what I want. You know what? Don't judge me. Don't.
But you know who the Street Profits now, though, right? What hurt the Street Profits was New Day getting hurt. Because
I want to see a fraction where it's all black men and all black women, and them call themselves BET, Best Elite Talent.
Best Elite Talent. Now, you want to levels up AEW now. Do you really want to do? Do you really want that? Do you really want that war, bro?
At all.
Do you really want that war? Because it's bad enough that we got toxicity across the board with WWE fans and AEW fans. I mean, entertainment. Do you really want that energy?
AEW, I like AEW. I watch it. I watch both brands. I'm a wrestling fan. I watch New Japan, Major League Wrestling. I watch all of it. But AEW right now doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. It's like they asking 5-year-olds across the world, what should I do? And Tony Khan's like, I like it. And he does it.
I agree.
Because you got 2 companies now. You own Ring of Honor and you own AEW. Here's a thought. Just fuck with me for a second. CM Punk, the ROH title. You didn't set up a feud with him with MJF to unify. You then unify the AEW title with the ROH, not the ROH with the AEW, because ROH has been around way longer, and that title is more prestigious than that 4-year-old AEW title Then the Ring of Honor's been around for like what, 22, 23 years?
Yeah, just about. Mm-hmm.
21.
Do that and separate the fucking brands. It be confusing the fuck out of me when I'm watching an AEW show and then the Ring of Honor television champion shows up or the 6-man tag team champion show up. I'm like, y'all got two networks. You got TBS and TNT. Throw one of them on the other network.
Y'all, wasn't we just talking about that about an hour ago?
Yes.
We were just talking about that, wasn't we?
Like,
so that just confirmed.
You got two wrestling shows making two different motherfucking like rating schemes on it. I would say if he didn't leave, I would say put William Regal in charge of that shit because he knows what the fuck he was doing when he ran NXT. But Tony Khan is not only dropping the ball, he's like he don't lost it, he can't find it. He's trying to buy new balls that like I don't know what to do with this, man. I've emailed him like 20 times, like, look, I'll come in and work for tickets and fat bitches. But no, he won't respond.
Wait,
So the thing with
Listen.
Tony Khan, though, he got the network in his ear, and he actually listens to the network. He won't.
But
fight back
then, I mean, that's the
Which you
biggest
should.
problem.
Which you should.
I
To a
think
degree.
that's like the biggest. I think that's the biggest problem because like the networks does not know wrestling. They just say like, okay, we're seeing the viewership, or whatever. We think that this can improve. But I agree what Mr. Entertainment is saying because Tony Khan is confusing the biggest AEW fan. Kenta, she even said like countless times she's the biggest AEW fan. I'm a big AEW fan as well, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not know what the fuck they are doing with Collision. I do not know what the fuck they're doing with Rampage. I don't even know why they even got rid of Dark, even though I did not watch Dark like that. But at the same time, like
Dark is
because of the network,
concept.
right?
Dark should have been
even
like their
exist. That should have been
NXT.
Rampage.
That should have had them
Yeah.
having the young independent talents work their way up to get TV time. Keep it on YouTube, but work their way up to get TV time. You know what I'm saying? You had Dark, you had Elevation. They had more flavors than Power Rangers on that shit, coming up with all these new fucking shows. And I'm like, bro, make AEW Dark about the young up-and-comers that are in Dustin Rhodes' training school or someone's training school or whatever.
Right.
Have that be like the breeding ground for it. You can only get more students and more money from doing that. They should make that on a weekend or something like that.
On a Saturday morning, Saturday night.
They're on ROH now.
And everybody
every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm like, bro, people watch other things. You're not going to get all the attention.
Everybody, we are very close to 10K. We almost about to break the record. We need them hearts to go up, y'all. We are in some good discussions. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate the gifts. Thank you for y'all giving out the gifts. We appreciate it. Love you. Thank you so much. But everybody, I want to get into this. I think Summer just asked the question, what is going on with the whole situation with CM Punk? People have asked me this countless times, y'all. I thought Rampage was supposed to be for CM Punk. And I think the thing is, I think the problem is that Tony Khan is too accommodating. I think he is, especially for his new toy.
For the people he really likes, he is over accommodating.
Yes.
No, but with CM Punk though, he tried to get into that blood and guts match to be the
God,
bro. I was gonna. Oh my goodness! Stop reading my mind, bro. I was gonna talk about that tonight. Matter of fact, we can't talk about that tonight. But no. Let's talk about that shit now because.
So CM Punk called Moxley, hey, let me be your extra member. And Creative came in like, hey, back up. We already got somebody. But our part of me is like,
I think they're lying. I think they're lying. I really think they're lying because who better than CM Punk to be the fifth man?
It would be perfect for him if he was on the other side.
It'll make too much sense. It'll make too much sense. I mean,
people will really want to watch.
Like confusing us.
I will watch that shit. I would watch that shit.
Sitting down waiting for that one. Yeah.
Like if CM Punk, bro, CM Punk going against the Elite, Like, do you know that the fucking YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, you know, like all of them motherfuckers, bro, like all of them sites will go ham. They were just like, oh my god, bro? If there's one thing that AEW needs, they need a spark. That will be the biggest spark of the summer for AEW. CM Punk going against the Elite, man.
Tony ain't gonna be like that because he just.
Swerve should beat Cassidy.
I agree with that too, and that is where we were talking about. Matter of fact, Kenta was just talking about that, about diversity, about like not giving African Americans that rub. Yes, we've seen it in flashes. We have, but the thing is that, bro, like
Swerve had Jeff Hamilton there. Rick Ross was there. Kevin Gates came for him.
Yeah.
Those Scrappy came from. Like, Swerve has it. I don't know what else he be doing, but all these people be coming to see Swerve. Jeff Hamilton pulled up and gave this man a custom coat.
Yeah.
Huh?
Kevin Gates.
Yeah, Kevin Gates was there.
Oh,
Remember,
wow.
he punched somebody because they were talking with Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
And then they tried to do Brock Lesnar Jr. and that other dude as his enforcers. It didn't work.
Brock, that's a true definition of a Power Ranger monster.
Accusation.
I mean, for real.
And then, because that's what was pissing Vince off. Hey, how come these rappers ain't coming to our show? Oh, we got Hit Row. Nobody cares about Hit Row without Swerve.
Oh, no, you didn't.
That is true.
It's true. Even Mia Yim said it. Don't nobody care.
No one cares.
Wait a minute. LA Knight just beat Hit Row by himself in a dark match. It's an exclusive clip now on WWE.com. LA Knight beat them up by himself. Now there's 2-on-1.
That's kind of crazy.
It was supposed to be on TV, but got cut.
I mean, like,
I don't know why they just don't make a whole stable of black folks and call them the Jobber Squad.
I mean, they should. They should call them Hit Jobber Squad or Jobber Hit Squad.
There you go. You know what they use?
There you go.
You know what we
You like how I did that shit,
About to get rid of Top Dollar.
You know what we dominating at? All of our favorite blacks are on Main Event on Hulu. That's where they at. And they
wow.
against NXT.
Main event still exists?
I'm telling you, dead ass serious. They have storyline because R-Truth and Shelton Benjamin were about to be a tag team called the Gold Truth. They're gonna do the Gold Truth again.
Right, I remember that.
Standard and R-Truth.
Yeah,
then
I remember that.
Carmelo Hayes and Cedric Alexander was like in a legit blood feud with each other on Main Event. Rick Boogs and Trick Williams was in a feud. Like, it's all different. Like, all of us who we want, all the blacks we like, they using them to test out the NXT guys on Main Event.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
so
like
I'll be right back. I gotta take this call.
Okay. You want us to say your spot?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll do.
Truth is still hurt.
Now that BET stable, that would be awesome in a different world.
Mm-hmm.
TNA would do it. Impact have no issues.
TNA would definitely do it.
Bro,
an old ROH would.
TNA don't give a fuck.
Right, they don't. I mean, look at fucking Per Angle. I mean, they gave him the world 20 minutes when he got there. You know what I'm saying?
They gave Lashley the world. Remember, Bobby Lashley was
did.
his own little mini version of her.
LeBron James, LeBron Lashley, yes, LeBron Lashley.
Had the headband on. The Armageddon.
I watched Bobby in his final years in TNA.
Right. And they low-key got the best women's division, to me, out of all the companies.
Yes, they do.
Mean, they don't pick. Y'all want to do a ladder match? Go ahead.
They are the women's revolution before the women's revolution was a thing.
Yes,
in
they
WWE.
started the women's revolution. Thank you. That and
they had tag titles. They didn't call their women's division. They called them knockouts. They don't get credit.
So let me. They really don't. And that makes me upset.
Impact women's division is like top tier right now compared to other companies.
I may be the only one in this, but to me,
it
the
is.
People used to be my favorite faction. They were the most dominant women in history.
Me
Remember
too,
I love it. That was the greatest women's faction of all time to me.
Put them in the Hall of Fame.
In TNA?
The intro, they used to come to the ring, do the little fake kiss with each other, and then just dominate. The Botox injection kick.
Yeah, put
Hey
them
y'all,
all
we're a few minutes away from 10K, y'all. Come on, let's do this. Come on, y'all. Come on. Let's
It was
go.
like
Shit,
it
I,
was
I
like if
enjoyed it. What was it, the Bullet Club thing before it got goofy. I thought that was a little interesting, John.
Cody ruined it.
10K, y'all.
Yeah,
10K.
that's true. I can go
Yeah.
on a whole argument with that. Sorry.
I hate to be
I
that
can go a
guy.
whole
I'm
argument
sorry.
with that.
I'm sorry if I make the
Mm.
comment section mad again, but Cody Rhodes ruined the Bullet Club.
Oh,
Why?
I could do a whole
Well,
conversation on
wait.
that. But that's
Okay,
true.
you gonna have to explain
no,
that
I'm
one.
about to say explain because I was into that.
Hold on, wait, real quick. Hold on, real quick, because Kenta can agree with me. If you watch New Japan, they couldn't do with Cody like they did the others because he had the tattoo, and it ruined it.
That tattoo is ugly as fuck. I mean, it looks like he got a Confederate flag on his neck.
And he was too commercial. Like everybody else, like you saw them, they had that dogs in it.
I
Cody
mean, he
Rhodes
does.
came
He
in
looks
trying
like
to
a
make it.
redneck from fucking Mississippi. I mean, he does.
You got a worse prison tattoo than me, Dom.
Right.
I mean, and he even acknowledged. I mean, this is how dumb Cody is. Like he acknowledged the fact that the fucking tattoo is ugly. Then motherfucker, why did you get it?
Because think about it. Every
That
other
tattoo would have
leader,
been good anywhere else, but not there.
every
Yes.
other leader of Bullet
Back.
Club won all the belts. Bullet Club didn't win shit when Cody was there.
Oh,
I mean, he won, but
I think it would have
group,
fit better
they didn't
as a neck tattoo on the back of his neck.
or the back, or the back, or on his back. Like I mean, the Confederate
on his
flag would have been all the way on his back.
It's honestly like an over tattoo.
At the top of the spine.
Right, type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Joy Boy Toy. Oh, I'm sorry. I love you people. Excuse me.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I love you people in Mississippi. I love y'all, even though y'all philosophies are ass backwards though. But I love y'all though. I do.
It's 1975 in Mississippi right now.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, all right.
I keep thinking of Chris Rock stand up every time.
Not
I
you,
hear Mississippi.
Not you, bro. I'm black as fuck, bro. Like for real. bro, do not rip my head off. Okay, you know exactly what the fuck I was talking about. Okay.
Well, everybody, what about Aces and Aces? We talking like TNA stuff.
Boy,
I have never heard a good thing about Aces and Eights.
Oh man, they had, hold on, wait.
Hold on.
The reveal was lit. When we found out who the leader was, that was lit.
Yes.
Which it ended up to be Bully Ray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kurt Angle was like, "It's you." Bang, we saw him get knocked out, and we like, "Oh man, who was it?" I legit tuned in to see. Then he was like, "Stop! No, it's him." And when Brooke Hogan was like, "What are you talking about, Kurt? What?" He was like, "You dumbass! It's him right there. He's the leader." That shit was lit.
You done.
Ace and Ace was good, and then like that just started like getting stupid.
Hey, the main event Mafia was low key lit.
That was good too.
The first one.
I mean, Booker T. I don't know why Booker T even said this, but Booker T said that was one of his lowest moments. I don't.
Because he became the not popular one. It's because that's why. At first, it was all about him, and then he slowly worked his way to the back of the line again.
I mean, just like in the WWE. I mean, so like nothing changed, right?
But it was just organically though. Like we cared more about Sting. We cared more about everybody else in the main event Mafia. It's just.
I mean, it just seemed like Booker T.
Old school TNA had some lit storylines. Remember Ric Flair trying to make AJ Styles him, Joker Sting.
Mm-hmm.
When they gave Jeff Hardy the world and he snorted it away, but
So Soldier Man just asked, not to cut you off, Stormy, but he asks, should they bring back the Wyatt family or the Hurt Business? Do you think they're going to bring them back?
You can't really bring back the Wyatt family without Luke.
Yeah.
I would say.
So I think what they were going to do was Bray Wyatt was going to be how he got you in the Wyatt Six was you were going to get possessed by a mask.
By who?
By a mask of the old characters. So like Husky the Pig, the damn Buzzard, Mercy the Buzzard, and Ramblin' Rabbit. He was going to put the mask on you and make you that character. That's what was going to be the pick. And he was going to try to put the mask of Huskins on Bobby Lashley.
What?
And make everybody else the character. Yeah, because remember, Grayson Waller talked about it. Why
pig mask on Bobby?
What, you gonna put all them? So he's supposed to be the pig?
And he
No,
got all the
And what were
muscles.
they gonna call
you
Bobby
are thinking
Lashley
this
then?
is
The
going to be
Nugget
a
Taker?
Oh no.
because remember when Lashley came back and everybody was like, "Oh my God, Grayson Waller is Mercy" because he dressed like Mercy the Buzzer, and he got on there like, "I'm not in the Wyatt family. Stop thinking I'm in it." And now who comes along and names drop the Fiend? This is why I think the Fiend is coming back because Grayson Waller brought up the Fiend. They're bringing
I
back
thought
Payback, and what started off Roman's reign when he beat the Fiend and Strowman at Payback at
I thought
Bobby
SummerSlam.
the
Wyatt said he was.
At
Buzzard.
I thought he
at,
said he was
at
done with the Fiend character.
No, but listen to me. At SummerSlam, this is what I've been saying for a while. At SummerSlam, however it goes, whatever happens,
Mm-hmm.
at the end, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman trying to walk off. The lights go out. You hear he's got the whole world in his hands, and we get the Fiend and Roman Reigns 3 years later.
I mean, that would be dope. I hope he.
Are you talking about in this?
I know. Everybody say this started with Jay. No, this started with the Fiend and that triple threat when Roman Reigns
I
intercepted
mean, the
himself
Cause
into
very
his
first
he
title
didn't
match.
get
thing
pinned
happened
too.
with the
He
Fiend.
didn't get pinned.
That's I tell people the Fiend never got pinned, never got a rematch.
Is why you don't like the bloodline because you feel
No,
that the
no, no, no,
Fiend
no,
should?
no, no,
No,
no,
no, no.
no.
Let me finish. Let me finish. So, are you saying that you rather it be Bray Wyatt versus Jay Uso in this situation?
If
Is that what
if
you're
the
saying?
Fiend gets his rematch, I don't give a damn who got that belt. Matter of fact, you can have Jay win. Everybody, oh my God, yay! Nope, this really started with me. Welcome to my world, Jay. Bam.
Mm.
Damn.
Now
On
your
the
main event Jay
opposite
Uso
end,
versus the Fiend.
when we got that picture of like MVP and Hayes, if we do the Hurt Business, I want like new people in it. I think we gotta have new people in it.
So I think that that boat has sailed already. I mean, because like that,
It's
I swear to
we
you, I'm
just
not
want a
being
black
funny.
dominant faction. At this point, we just
They
want a
can't
black
do that
dominant
because the
faction. That's
white
all we want.
audience don't want that. They don't want that shit. Like underneath
That's
it
Yeah.
all, they don't want
AKA
that.
Vince don't want it.
You got to understand that this is cancel culture. When you
You don't think
Mm-hmm.
they
see
like Hurt Business though?
this is all I'm saying. This is from a black man like being in a white environment, okay, and then also like witnessing this shit right in front of me. The issue is, and this is the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen, that white people still feel that when they look at African Americans that are dressed up in like clothes and they're EVPs or if they're CEOs, they feel that that's too much power, and they feel that black people should be at a certain level. They shouldn't be higher than white people like that. What I'm saying, that you see at these businesses and on these commercials or whatever. They feel that black people should be porch monkeys. They feel that
Hey man,
what I'm saying, that they feel that you should be the pet instead of the owner. You feel me?
preach.
So it's like this is what we see in professional wrestling. And a lot of people will not talk about this because they feel a certain way. And that's why I said, like, listen, I don't give a fuck on how you feel. But at the end of the day, let's call it the way it is. And prime example, R-Truth. Why the fuck R-Truth is acting like somebody's boy?
That's his choice. You can't blame nobody. That is our
And
choice.
that just proves my point.
Because
Like,
if you look at his old NWA shit and his TNA shit, that motherfucker was dominant as fuck.
nigga,
This
you
is
better
true.
talk about it.
You know,
But
when
He
it
remember
was
was
though,
in the
Talk
dominant as
about
fuck.
it,
Could
bro.
nobody
Realize
fuck with
true.
R2.
Realize
Could
true.
nobody
I tell
fuck with
you.
Ron Killings. Could
but this is what
nobody
I'm saying
fuck
though.
with him. He
you
As
touched
much as we don't like
WWE
it,
and it
as
was
much as
like,
we don't like
we're
it,
gonna make
Vince
you
McMahon wanted him to Burry Gunther.
Hold on. Let him finish
oh,
his point. Go ahead. Entertainment.
when art back in the day and like I was a wrestler for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I own a promotion and all in a school now, so I know that racism.
Mm-hmm.
If the Pope said it best, it's a good old boy system, and if you're not their good old boy, you will not go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's just like what Tony Atlas said on Dark Side of the Ring. You can't expect a black wrestler to fit in a white man's gimmick. It can't happen. Or that a white gimmick cannot go on No. You can't. He said you can't expect an African American to be portrayed for a white gimmick or something like that. He said, and he's right. I was like, no matter if you are in that gimmick, they are still going to look at your skin color and they're going to say you're a boy in their
Exactly.
eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Like have you ever seen a black wrestler be portrayed as a millionaire?
No.
You think they could have gave the $1 Million Man gimmick to a black man?
No. It just won't
My
work.
point exactly.
It just won't
It
work.
won't, because they'll be like, how did he make his millions? What did he do? Steal cars? Prime Time is a perfect example of a stereotype of
There
a
you
black
go.
man.
There you go.
Prime Time. Now, don't get it twisted. Love the tag team. They were over without the belts. They probably would have been the hottest tag team since the Usos to have those belts. But Vince was like, nah, the fans love him without it. I don't see the point in putting it on them. So we just
And Chevy said the same thing. Yeah,
Even
Chevy said the
Primetime
same thing too.
Players, just a black group that loves to dance and play around. Like, that's just not us. Like, come on.
And like what Chevy just said, like Virgil acted like the slave.
But
Type of shit.
but
You know what I'm saying? Even though, yeah. Go ahead, Spirits.
apologize. But if we come out acting too thugging for them, then it's an issue. Remember that. You come out acting
And remember
They
before,
want us to act mildly black, not fully.
right?
Yeah.
And remember Ferguson, right? Around that time, the people the trio that you know as New Day was supposed to be the new Nation of Domination.
Yep.
Yes, they were. Because when Xavier Woods did that promo in the ring with both of them,
I
talking about
remember that.
it's
And they were
our
dressed as
time.
bitches.
We've been held back so long. The very next week, he comes out with it's a new day after. What the fuck?
Yep.
I'm like, okay, so why am I watching Star Wars in church?
Thank you. I'm like, how did y'all start
Another
off?
thing,
I'm
too, I
like,
think.
how the fuck did y'all start off so strong with the gimmicks, with Xavier with wording it so perfectly? We have been in the back seat for so long, we don't know what the front seat looks like. I say we rip out the back seat and we ride it till the wheels fall off. And then the next week, what they do? They bring out
They
a
try to
black
take
guy.
Reverend Devon's place.
Oh, that's another thing too. So Devon said that that Vince McMahon actually had a hard on for Devon Dudley's church gimmick, because they would just talk about like how the priests and the Catholics or whatever like to play with the little boys and all the other shit, whatever. So it was deep.
That's
it
where
was
that
deep.
That's where that leave that thing alone came in at, and leave that thing alone. But when he went against Ron Simmons, I remember when Ron Simmons was like, "You trying to tell these people not to beat their meat, but I beat my meat, and I'm proud of it." Does anyone remember that? You can YouTube.
I do remember that.
I said, you know what?
We honestly need like I don't know. I'm just say this out there, but like a Tyler Perry type of dude, because you got New Japan, you got like all
Not
of them
Tyler
doing
Perry.
I'm just saying off of like a millionaire dude that can invest in black wrestlers and have.
Oh, okay, that's where you.
But they do though,
bro.
They did.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off. Since 2005, and I can back it up, I have been emailing BET to try to start a ABWL, that's All Black Wrestling League, since 2005. I even made a reel for it where we used that Morgan Freeman thing from Glory when it was like, when Lord, when is it going to be on time, as the intro. I made this whole video up in 2005. I've been sending it to him since 2005. No one responds.
So let me ask you this, Entertainment. Do you think that
That's crazy.
Black people just do not want to work with them? I mean, they don't want to work with each other because of the slave mentality, or do you think that they just feel that they're used to the white people, like, running, the society or whatever? Because like I really feel that in order for us to combat, like, you know what I'm saying, like segregation and like having this slave mentality, I just feel that we need to have our own Wakanda type of wrestling. But once again, it's like our people don't want to work
Didn't
with
Master
each
P
other.
start one?
Yeah, he did. Hog.
Yeah, he
And
bought
there,
Hog.
and there was
And
a
you
But
see what he did with
let me
that.
tell you. Let me tell you, before Master P, because like you're right, and it was a company dedicated to just us, and I worked for them. I was the ref, one of their referees. It was called Urban Wrestling Federation.
Yep,
It was
Yeah, I
from
was
yep,
right
just
here
yep,
about to
yep,
bring that
yep.
up.
in New York City
Wait a minute, wasn't that based in New York?
at
Yeah.
Club Amnesia.
Wait,
At
that
Club,
isn't that on Tubi?
yep,
Yeah,
Oh, that was you?
yes.
my man.
I was
Wow.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
a
just about to bring
referee,
that up.
and the reason why, and let me tell you why.
Wow.
Let me tell you why. The reason why that shit never
Oh
got the fuck over.
shit.
Why that
Oh
shit never got the fuck
shit.
over. It was great. It was great motherfucking wrestling, but it was too fucking real. And here's why
Oh
it was too
shit.
fucking real. Because you couldn't distinguish the heels from the fucking faces. Because everybody came out that
Mmm.
bitch person with the little rap
Wow.
with the rappers who they had up there. They had Red Cafe, they had Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder cool as fuck, man.
Yes, I remember. Yes, bro,
Royale.
I was in love with this shit. I mean, even though it was like mad niggerish, like I
Exactly.
loved it. It
Every
was.
promo they had, they brought out bitches. Every group in there was there was like 17 fucking stables in
Yes.
this bitch. And everybody came out, I'm gonna
Yes.
fuck this and fuck that. I'm like, the wrestling was great. Wrestling was bar none
Yes.
great. But no one could distinguish heels from faces because everybody was saying motherfuck this, motherfuck that, suck my dick this, suck my dick that. You can't, it was more like gangster fucking wrestling than it was anything else. So we
Yeah, why
took
New Jack wasn't part of that?
huh?
Why New Jack wasn't a part of that? That's actually a good question, Chevy.
They asked New Jack to be a part of it. And he was like, y'all ain't got enough insurance.
What?
Nigga, New Jack's trying to kill people.
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
New Jack was trying to
what?
stab somebody.
He was like enough insurance for them.
Yeah. They ain't got enough insurance. He's like, y'all ain't got enough insurance to cover me as a wrestler.
That's bullshit. Like
Because I worked for
think
them up until the time they closed. And let me tell you, they
that's
had a
just
packed
scary
house.
coming from New Jack.
right, that part.
They had a packed house every fucking night. Every fucking night, Club Amnesia was packed. It was packed. That shit was supposed to go on forever, but you know what it was? The fucking black for the fucking producers, for the fucking network that they were running on for.
Right.
It was
Right.
too fucking black. They was like, y'all niggas gotta calm down. Niggas was happy to be getting they like 75, 85, $10,000 fucking checks every goddamn motherfucking week. Niggas was happy about that. I'ma
Yeah,
keep it
that
100.
wasn't Eddie Kingston was on there too, wasn't he?
Eddie Kingston was on there.
Yep.
Slick Wagner
Eddie
Brown
Kingston
was
was
on there.
Yes, he was.
Uh,
Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
Scorpio Sky was on there. Scorpio Sky was on there.
Really?
Yeah,
I gotta watch
that
bro.
one dude that was in.
You need, bro. Y'all need to watch that shit on Tubi. It's
That
wild.
sounds fire.
Bro, it's wild. Yes.
Fight in New York, man.
I'm gonna
Yes, and they got a couple of them too. I think they went up to season back me up entertainment. I think season 5. I think it was like
Yep.
it was a couple of episodes on there that I watched, and I'm like, dude, it's very entertaining.
Yeah, it's hot, man.
Very
It is,
entertaining.
but like it is. But they were putting more emphasis on the street mentality than it was the wrestling. Even though the
Hold on.
wrestling was great,
yeah.
the wrestling was good. The wrestling was like
It was
top.
it was
quality.
fire. It was
But
fire.
every fucking show, you got 17 different factions arguing amongst the same fractions. It was basically
Where my money at?
exactly. It was basically. And I'm old, like I said.
So,
I'm
do you
47,
think now?
47 years old. That whole wrestling company was like that movie back in the day called The Warriors. You get a bunch of gangs together, and next thing you know, all these gangs are fighting. They fighting just for one stable to be supreme. They're not fighting for good or bad. They're fighting for the check.
So entertainment. Let me just make sure I got this right because everybody wants to see it. So what y'all do is you go on Tubi and put this in. Is it called the Urban Wrestling Network? Is that what it's called?
It was called Urban Wrestling Federation, but I think it's
Federation. Okay. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's the Urban Wrestling Federation. U as in unicorn, U as in unicorn, W as in weather, F as in Frank.
Yep, UWF.
And you can go and look that up on Tubi. It's free, so you don't have to worry about paying or anything. Look that up.
If you see that handsome young black guy in the ring counting to 3, you might see me up in there. I'm just saying. I was younger and I had braids, so you know.
Oh, and one more thing too. Their commentary. It's very entertaining.
Julius Smokes legit got punched by the Spanish announcer that was up there because he made some Spanish fucking joke up on that shit, and Julius got his ass whipped. Then he screamed in the back, "They trying to jump me!" I'm like, nigga, one dude knocked you the fuck out, and you dropped $5,000 on the fucking ground, and you think them fans didn't rush and grab that shit? He's like, "Where my money at? I had $5K in my pocket. Where my money at? Somebody get me my money." I'm like, nigga, I ain't gonna say what I did, but like, nigga, that shit's gone. It's gone.
I just
have a question.
What's up? Go ahead.
Why did we not even hear about this until now?
Because that shit was over before it started.
Yep. Very much so, because bro, they only had
you said 5 seasons, right? At least gotta.
No, I'm sorry. I don't
like 5 episodes.
5 episodes, yeah. They had 5 episodes.
Oh,
they even had pay-per-views.
Yeah, they did.
They had pay-per-views, and it's
they tried to run that TNA shit when TNA first came out. They was like, we had 99-cent pay-per-views. You know, they tried to run that too.
So if you guys have ever played like Def Jam Vendetta, this is that in real life.
They need to bring that back.
That's exactly what they base urban wrestling off of. They got a bunch of rappers. Like I said, they had Uncle Murder. They had Red Cafe up in there. They only had them niggas that you could only find on like them downloads, on like iTunes. They only had them motherfuckers up on there.
So like I said, check it out, everybody. Check that shit out on YouTube.
Promotion, bro.
Yep, everything that we're talking about right now, look that shit up on Tubi. You're not gonna find that anywhere else. You're gonna find everything that we're talking about right now. It only had like maybe a couple of episodes or whatever, probably about maybe.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We tape a shitload of shows, but only 5. I think maybe I want to say 7. I could be wrong. I want to say at least like 7 of them were actually like aired, and then all of a sudden it was just like, you know what? We lost our sponsors. We lost this. We lost that. Thank you guys. Good night. Everybody got
that. So how come Vince let that go through for Tubi, but he stopped MLW?
Because it wasn't a threat.
Basically,
it wasn't a threat.
Vince looked at that shit and was like, "It's just a bunch of black guys that won't black."
Yeah, who gives a fuck about that?
So
I can take a piss and
Like that doesn't make a distinction between that and the urban promotion.
Got a question for entertainment. Go ahead,
bro. So I mean, you sound like you got more like field in this. You don't think like if you go to like Tubi or like Netflix, like far as a series to get the ball rolling with this, would it work? I know you just said you try to go to BT and it didn't happen, but like what if like a series and then we can like start it off? Would you think about that?
I think that's good, but all right, let me tell you something, because like I'm trying to get ringside shit. It's basically Extreme Home Makeovers meets independent wrestling. I have a reel of that shit on my page. I'll repost it again, and I'll tag you in it, Hill, so you can say everybody can see it.
Okay.
But it's hard because first of all, to shoot my half of the reel, I had to come up with $50,000. I'm talking to my producer right now. I was talking to him a while ago. He was like, "Look," he's like, "I'm thinking about making it into a YouTube series, kick it off on YouTube, see if it get picked up by like a Netflix or a Discovery or something like that." And I'm like, "Okay, what are the money costs?" He's like,
We could shoot like a full 13 episodes for $600,000. I'm like, nigga, do you know where I live and what I make an hour? I'm like, let's be real. You gotta have the type of money for TV to get on TV.
Yeah, and that's why
This
you
shit,
gotta have people like Tony Khan to back you up. Like you gotta have
like,
these multi-millionaires or whatever.
let
You
me
know
get
what
a
I'm saying?
multi-million right now to back me up with my Tony. Let me just get somebody that could just front me like 50K right now. I'm good. It's gonna be a good turnout. But it's getting that money. Cause hold up. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold up. Let me turn my camera on.
Yo, sorry, not to cut you off. Here, I gotta step out, man. But yo,
Yeah,
this
I'm,
was
I'm
fun,
about
man.
to go too, man. Thank you so much for coming on here, Scott.
Thanks for having me on, man. Everybody be
I'll
good,
show
man.
you.
All right, man. See you later.
Should be easy, man.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Well, that's nice.
That's the
Ooh.
EPW World Heavyweight Championship. Now I got a training school which is called Rising Stars. That's it right there. That's the Rising Stars Wrestling Championship. That's the EPW Tag Team. That is the EPW Tag Team. No, that's the EPW Tag Team. That's the Rising Stars Tag Team.
Oh wow.
You know, so I'm
Nice.
ready when it's me.
Man, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Just
No,
like you just have
it's a
to
grind.
keep
You
doing what
gotta
you're doing.
understand there are things that hold you back. The main thing that hold me back is my color. And I hate to say that. My brown
That's
skin is
true.
the problem. Because let
And
me tell you
not even that, your community is holding you back.
something. That's the biggest problem because there are so many young black men out here that love wrestling. And I put out flyers when I done shows. I've handed it to them. And I'm like, yo, come check it out. And like, I try to make the prices affordable. Front row, $10. General admission,
That's
$8.
a steal.
You know what I'm saying? General
Yeah.
admission, $8. I try to do it that way. I'm like, because I know you can afford it. And I'm like, okay, if you're under the age of 10 and you got good grades, you get it for free. Just bring your report card or your progress report. Bring it in.
I do got a
I'm gonna let
question.
you come in.
You're in New York right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know Jobber Tears, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you talk to Janelle about this? Like, did she? Because like she's one of the owners for Battle Club.
I have not. It's
You
like
need
we
to
speak
talk.
for.
You need to talk to them. Yeah, you need to talk. Because matter of fact, it's funny because I'm actually flying to New York for Jobber Slam. So, go out there and take and look at them or whatever. She been trying to get me to come out there for like the longest. It's just like I haven't had the money or whatever. I'm just need to get my house or get my shit together, get it all situated or whatever, and I'm gonna be flying out there and take a look at that. But yeah, I know Wilkins, Black, Mr. Black, and
Mr.
Janelle.
Black.
Yeah, I know them. I'm really good friends with Janelle, whatever. So, you really need to look into that. Yeah,
But I've been trying to, and the thing about it is, I'm trying to do black investors. You know what I'm saying?
Can't get no blacker than them.
I know.
But I know that you probably need like a multi-millionaire to back you
Not
up.
me.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
I just need the right people that got the same vision as me. The money will fall into place with the right people. It's
sound
just
like
keeping
me.
that grind. It's keeping that grind. Because let me tell you, the television show I just told you about, I started when I was 35 years old. I'm 47 right now. I'm still grinding.
Ooh, man. Yeah, and that's the same thing with me because like I've been I'm gonna just say this and now I'm gonna wrap it up or whatever. So I've been podcasting for about 14 years, and I think this is the highest I've ever gotten in my career or whatever. Like I just interviewed Ryback not too long ago, and then Stevie Ray is one of my good friends. Vince Russo had a run in with him. I know Shane Taylor. I know like a lot of big names or whatever, but it took me a long time to get to that spot, like where I'm at right now in my career or whatever. And like I'm telling you, you will see it, you will envision it. It's just like, first of all, you have to go through some things in order to get to your destination. But I be telling
Amen.
people, focus on the journey versus focusing on your destination, because your journey is going to tell you what you doing right and what you doing wrong, and the people that's in your life is either for you or against you.
Or they're against you.
Yeah.
Amen.
So that's like one of
You
them
about to turn this into
situations.
church.
My bro, I'm trying to tell you, I went through things before I got to this spot
Bro,
right
you don't
here.
even you don't even understand what I went through to get to where I'm at right now. I went from being 3 billion miles away to being probably like 2 blocks. And I'm just trying to
Mm-hmm.
stay within that 2 block radius. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
hard being black and doing this. Because them white boys can reach for something that's 2 inches that we got to jump 6 feet for.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't get that. They don't get that. A lot of them don't get that. What get handed to you, I gotta bust my ass. I gotta jump through hoops. I gotta dance a jig. I gotta juggle 3 balls while standing on a unicycle while reciting the national anthem in order to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that. It is hard,
It
especially being a
is.
black promoter, a black trainer. And I can drop some names right now I have trained, and y'all look at me and be like, no, you didn't. I'll be like, nigga, Google me and who I fucking trained. I trained some of the best. I've got guys that have been in the Ring of Honor, that have been in WWE. But because I never made it to that top tier spot in those companies or been around like most of these top guys have been, it was, we're going to play this person trained you instead. That guy over there, who's amazing. So we're going to say this white guy trained you because he may not have been the best wrestler, but we liked him. So we're going to say he trained you. It's funny, but it's serious at the same time. So I'm like, so you're going to tell me that Sean Carr was trained by Ivy Green and Cage? They're like, yeah. I'm like, but Horace White didn't do shit. Oh no, we'll say that he learned a lot from him. Okay, that's called training.
Yeah,
don't get it.
I totally agree with you, man. And like I said, like I will do everything in my power to try to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like I can use my platform to try to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like the one thing that people been telling me, like ever since they found me, they said that a lot of people don't come on here, and it's a great spot, especially for African American podcasters. There's not a lot of them that's on here, and that's why I'm really using my platform, using my influence to get us out here. You know what I'm saying? Like
That was my
yes,
thing.
we are
Because
here.
when I first started this TikTok, like I got on this account right here that you see, I got 12.9K followers. At one point, this was at 22.5. And what happened was I tried to do a GoFundMe for it. Now, when I would do my lives, I would have just about all my followers follow me. And I said, look, I need 50,000. I said, there's 12.9K of y'all in here. Each one of y'all give me $1. $1. I said, the rest will follow if you just give me that $1. I made $12.
Dang.
See, I think the main issue is that
I'm black.
Yeah, you black, but it's not impossible. The thing is that you got to be you got to be very careful, especially on here. Is that you got to give people a reason to invest. Now, if you come on here and you automatically after money and shit, you're gonna rub them the wrong way. But first of all, you have to let them know, like, okay, this is your vision. And sometimes it might not take like just one stream. It might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to fucking 20 until they are ready to invest in you. That's really how humans work. Whether you're black,
they don't
Hispanic, or
invest
whatever.
you unless they see a future.
I'm trying to tell you, it took me a minute to get to where the viewers. I went from 50 to 1700 in a fucking months. And I just had to learn the algorithms. I had to learn about the people. I had to learn about reading the room sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like it just really goes like it goes a long way when you're, you know, trying to get where you're trying to go, or whatever. And it's like sometimes it's a process. I can definitely tell you that. You 47, I'm 40, so I know like where you're going. But like if we help each other, it definitely, you know what I'm saying, we definitely can reap the rewards. It's just the thing is, it's like you got to understand, you got to keep grinding, and you can't like let go of your dream, because if you let go of your dream, you basically failed. So that's why I'm like telling people,
Amen.
keep it up.
I got this saying. I'm like, every day brings you closer to success.
Indeed.
So keep walking.
Keep walking.
Because eventually because eventually, no matter how long the walk is, eventually you're gonna walk right into where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I told you there's $10 million sitting for you right now in Florida, all you got to do is drive there and get it. You think that car ain't going to blow a flat tire on the way? You think the engine
You'll run
might
into
not
some
go off?
obstacles. You'll run into some obstacles.
You're going to run into a bunch of shit, but as long as you got your eye on that finish line and that you're going to get there, keep fucking walking. Keep walking to that destination every day. I spend time on making sponsor packets, doing new graphics, all this shit. I do it. And I'm like, because eventually it's all going to pay off. And then when them people that was on the ride coming with me and then felt, oh, this is taking too long, let me jump off and be like, fuck you. When they see me shine and they come back to that, yo, man, you know, I'm sorry, me and you fell off and da-da-da-da-da. I knew you was going to do it.
And I'm going to say, fuck you.
Exactly.
I'm going to say, fuck you to you. Because, like, number one, it doesn't even matter if the shit.
Fuck you. I'm just going to be like, do I know you?
That's even better. Pretend I don't know you. Be like Mariah Carey talking about, I don't know her. I don't know him. I don't know you. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm like, I don't know you. I'm like, you look familiar, but third grade? Nah, get out of here, bro.
Yeah, don't know you. I know who you are. I'm just not going to acknowledge you. I'm not going to give you that type of power.
Exactly, because there would be so many people trying to get clout off of your name. And I watch so many people do that.
Yeah,
I watch so many people do that. I watch wrestlers do it. I watch, just because you took a picture with a wrestler don't mean you know him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I watch so many of these young guys that I used to like watch grow up in the business, get a picture with Al Snow, get a picture with such and such. Next thing you know, Al Snow's #1 student and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Next thing you know, TNA books this fucking kid when they were doing that gut check shit. And they were like, Al Snow couldn't have possibly fucking changed you if you did fucking stupid.
But I let my work do the talking for me. I don't need to be taking pictures. I took pictures with Farouk. I took pictures with, you know, some of these big name wrestlers, but at the same time, I have to stay true to who I am. Yes.
Yo, I can name drop right now. Like, for instance, and he's on my page, and me and my son, I named my son after this wrestler because me and this dude are so tight. My son's name is Jarrell. I named him after Mr. 630 Jarrell Clark.
Okay.
I got it from TNA. I got a video. I got pictures, all that stuff from me and Mr. Clark when I met him close to like 15, 16 years ago. He did a show with us out in Rochester, New York. And I was like, well, this is my son. I named him after you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Me and him came motherfucker. It was like so many names I could drop, but that's my guy. It's like we did a video for him, and I was telling him how he gave my son like a DVD. My son was like 6. He gave my son a Jarrell Clark Volume 1 DVD. Probably is nowhere in the stores right now. Like Samoa Joe, the match where he won the NWA Junior World's title. I got all that stuff, something that some people ain't never saw. And for those of you that don't know who Jarrell Clark is, he's the originator of that move that Ricochet does, the 630. He's the guy.
Oh, nice.
I figured that because 630 was his name. That's
yeah. But yeah, y'all, number one, first of all, I think this is the biggest space that we have ever done so far on TikTok. Y'all gave me a lot of energy today because, like, I did not want to do this shit. I did not want to, but I was tired. But I said, I'm going to come on here. I'm going to entertain y'all. And y'all gave me a lot of great feedback. Thank you to all of the guests that came on the box. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. The people in the comments. Appreciate y'all. I'm not going to get into the subscribership. Not right now. I'm going to take my words, what I was just talking about with Mr. Entertainment. Before we even talk about subscriptions, I want y'all to know me, and I want y'all to know like what I'm doing before I even give you guys to say, hey, subscribe to the channel. I don't want y'all to think that I'm like after y'all money. I really want you to know that when y'all invest in me and my platform, that you about to get your money's worth. But so we're not going to even talk about that right now. However, I do want y'all to subscribe on YouTube tonight because we're going to get to the Jey Uso situation. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Raw, SmackDown, AEW. We're going to talk about CM Punk. We're going to talk about all that shit. So go to #Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Until that time, I'm your host, Mr. Team Bring It. Follow me, like me, hate me, whatever the fuck y'all want to do. I don't give a fuck. I still love y'all though. Anyway, it's been a great day in Simone, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Go.